in that case, we'll start the session. And does anyone wish to do a recap of what happened previously?
Oh, pick me.
We killed a bunch of zombies and a necromancer, and a giant bat flew off.
What was the town?
Dunfres.
I think it started with a D.
We'd been sent. We also got a couple of. Why am I doing this? There's no XP. Artifacts such as, well, the soul of Parmul, the 14th lieutenant of the Demon Vran, and we are aware
and
that
the mask.
And yes, although I don't think we got a mask.
Yeah, we got the mask of the speaker.
You didn't get a handout for it though.
Didn't get a
The
handout
evil
for it.
necromancer guy said like a stone off with a bat to Gew the Old.
Yep, a glowing blue thing.
Yep.
With the shadow bat, absolutely. And they were empowered skeletons and made it really tough to kill things.
We were also
had holy light.
The necromancer did indeed have upon them the soul of Parmul, the 14th lieutenant of the Demon Brand, the unholy artifact taken by the daughter of Dræth for safekeeping.
Yep.
Indeed.
Henceforth to be referred to as the SPMFL DV.
For short.
So, you are in the ruins of Dunfres. The majority of the people of the town
I am here.
have arrived.
Al, I tried to get them to wait for you, he lied.
Raiders?
Fair.
No, I always thought it was like Al will be ages start.
Also fair.
So we just did a recap. It was only quick. So you are in the ruins of the town of Dunfres, pretty much in the heart of the town. The necromancer lays dead, crumpled at your feet. You have retrieved the two artifacts. One in particular was an unholy artifact that was taken, as mentioned, into the safekeeping. Who's getting all the feedback? I bet it's Craig.
Probably. It's always me.
Oh, do you need a hug, Craig?
Yeah, it's Craig. That's right.
I think the person who lives closest to Craig should give him a hug.
Social distancing. Screw you. It's coming through from pretty staticky. Lots of white noise. Let me. Are you able to put push to talk on?
Just stop you.
I did switch it off on Roll20, so I don't know why it's...
No, it's through Discord. You're getting a lot of... Yeah. It's like every time you move, it's going through as ksh, ksh, ksh.
Yeah.
It's pretty disconcerting.
Yeah, you probably need your automatic determined input sensitivity up at about -70, maybe a little bit more.
Or just put push to talk on.
Yep. That also works.
Alright, that's better?
That's good.
Cool.
Is that better?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yes. So, you didn't put push to talk on though, did you? Still coming through.
No, because I'll forget
not noticing
to
it.
talk.
Yeah, I'm not getting it anymore.
Oh, yeah?
No.
Okay.
The white
getting
noise is coming from inside your house.
No, it's not, because I'm watching Craig's icon flash to indicate that it's
I am
coming
seeing
through.
it flash.
Yeah, but if flashing doesn't mean that it's transmitting
Yeah,
much.
It's probably,
exactly what it means.
because,
Yeah, I said much. Do you see the
it'll be
word
because I've got the sound coming through the
much?
TV and not through...
That's alright, that's alright. It's not as bad as it was. Okay, you have the unholy artifact, the 14th soul of Parmul, or the soul of Parmul. Oh, I told you I'm tired. The 14th lieutenant of the Demon Vran.
Evil bling.
Evil Bling. That's what we call it. EB for short. taken into the keeping by the daughter of Dræth because certain members of your own group decided to, like, eyes grew wide. Ooh, pretty. I think that
I
was...
wonder what happens if I shove this into someone's eye socket. No, bad paladin.
You are... there are some survivors that you had seen previously, though the centre of the city, or the town for the most part, is desolate and dead. There are still a few skeletons roaming around, but they seem to have lost all direction. At the end of the last session as well, Iklagi, the demon laugh, was asking about whether or not there seemed to be any indication as to whether these skeletons were from more affluent people. The area that you are in is definitely of a more affluent area, because you are wondering whether or not something here was what, in particular, I believe was the question, what they were after. And it does look like these towns, these townhouses, these properties, etc., in the middle of the city are definitely of the wealthier type. Though the skeletons themselves, the clothing has been torn to shreds and destroyed in the process of the necromantic transfiguration into the undead, and it's hard to tell from that. The area you're in definitely indicates that yes, this is a wealthier and more well-to-do part of the town.
Is there any obvious chapel or place of learning or bank?
It looks like that the house that you are immediately at the front of is probably something that would be the property holdings of a mercantile interest. And it does look like the windows are fairly well barred. There is a sign flapping in the breeze, gentle breeze that there is, which indicates that yes, it looks to be a mercantile house. So it's most likely it was owned and operated by a guild, and that whoever lived here ran it as official merchant business or guild business.
Can I use time view on the necromancer's boots to see if I can find out where she's been? Maybe.
Sure. You can make a roll.
We'll give it a go. Test. Yeah. If that tells me anything. Or where they were made, or something.
Let's have a look. Time view. Test. If successful, gain one detail about the history of an object or location you can touch or see. Okay. We'll say that, they were made in the Ramshackle.
Nice! Are they good boots?
Not particularly.
Oh, well. Disappointing. I didn't want to know where these were made. They're trash.
They are trash. They seem
No,
to
you
have,
really don't. You really don't.
They seem to have, suffered considerably. They've been worn hard.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm looking for clues, and this sort of makes sense to just sort of look through her items and use time view on them. So I'll just proceed to do that to everything that she has, basically.
Right. So
see if I can get anything out of it.
She wears armor that seemed to have been of orcish construct.
Okay.
Orcs aren't known for wearing armor very often.
And other people don't wear their armor ever.
Yes. The items that she had on her were mostly bric-a-brac. Nothing really out of the ordinary, nothing fancy. She carried no obvious weapon. She had no coin on her. She had no indication of actually going to go anywhere. The only thing she had basically on her was the evil bling.
Armor, amulet, and a mask.
Armor, mask, yep.
Okay.
So she was obviously here for a good time, not a long time.
I
Hmm.
might as well go check out this this conveniently aforementioned mercantile shop front.
Sure.
Yep.
I
Okay.
will go with Hugh. Hugh needs some protecting.
Okay.
Okay.
Two.
So it's a house which has been utilised for guild purposes. So the front room, it's quite easy to get into. It has been damaged, obviously. The front room is obviously set up with a whole bunch of bookshelves, and you can see a large, heavy oak desk with some ledgers on it, etc. Mostly ignored. Nothing has gone on in here. The rest of the house, it looks like it's normal living quarters, etc. When you start moving through it, can I get you to make a test? Do you have anything that would be perception based?
Let's have a look.
Specifically, I'm after the trait perceptive.
Sadly not. But I'll have a go anyway. So it's just a regular test?
Yes, please.
Alright. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
Okay,
I have that trait, yeah.
you can make a test if you wish. You can do so with advantage if you have perceptive. That's if you're wishing to enter into the house as well.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I do want to
Excellent.
enter in, but I'm going to use.
Lady Isabella finds the ice cream.
And all the sweets.
I just want to use my magic to create a light source that doesn't bring smoke into the house.
Sure.
I have one.
Depending on the time, Lady Isabella's is still working too.
Hers always works. Hers is just really, really bright at the moment.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yep.
I get it. I just wanted to summon a magical light.
And he might want to go, or she might want to go somewhere that Lady Isabella's not, because Lady Isabella's in the larder stuffing her face with ice cream.
Sure, there'll
I
be
mean,
candles.
now I want to go there because that's where the ice cream is.
And with
Seems
those-
legit.
And with that roll with advantage, there is no spoon.
Oh,
Hey, your forked tongue will help you eat it, or not.
Harris duAnnet, you find out the back, near where Lady Isabella is hoeing down into some Rocky Road ice cream, you find a small catch which opens up slightly. It's not really secret. It's more concealed door which leads down into a wine cellar. Obviously, the merchant or whoever's here liked their wine because it's quite a large, expansive wine cellar, and it seems to have, hundreds of bottles, some dusty, etc. down here, and there are what appear to be sconces all throughout that are not lit currently, but you can see slightly down there. It's a fairly large, expansive area.
Okay, I might look around, look around for something to light the sconces.
Sure, you can find something, not a problem. Okay, as I mentioned, if you want to descend and have a look, the wine cellar is large, and it has probably, you would estimate, a good 300 or 400 bottles of wine down here. The vintages look reasonable, the quality of the wine is quite good. Whether or not this was a Vinter, you don't know, but they like their wine. One thing you do know is, or notice, however, as you're moving around in the cellar, is that there is a small section up the back that had a barrel in it. The barrel has been split asunder, yet there is no liquid upon the ground. Instead, where the barrel was resting, there has been some flagstones moved and shifted, and there's dirt that has been freshly dug up dirt beneath it, and there seems to be something that a gap in the clay that would probably be, maybe about the size of a small brick. So something was wedged into the clay, which has been removed.
So, daughter of Dræth, do you think that I've got a Pommy accent now. Do you think that that soul bling, the bad bling, that thing you have is about that size? What do you reckon?
It's clearly it's not. So the evil bling is an amulet, but it's a decent sized amulet, but not going to fit there.
Do we think that it could have been passed off to the big bat boy?
It's possible.
Can I use my time ability to test that brick?
No, it's the absence of a brick. That's
I
what's
mean,
there.
like the brick around it, you know.
The clay?
Yeah. Sorry.
Sure.
The clay.
Yeah, go for it.
You guys, but I'm gonna get me some wine.
You can do that.
Oh, I have focus on.
That's
Oops.
right. You still got a 5, so that is good enough. All right. Okay. Yeah, there used to be something there. Something that was kind of rock/stone-y. You don't really get much else. The clay is not really an object, but you feel that something has been recently removed.
See anything
Yeah,
else down there?
Okay. So it looks like it might have been taken from here.
So
Ooh.
so going back to the soul of Parmul that you were questioning about, Harris, the reason you came here is because the adventurers that discovered it realized that the necromancer had uncovered this artifact at least close to 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been hidden. Unlikely to have been hidden here.
That's the reason you came here, because the necromancer had that artifact.
Yep. But they might have been trying to link it with something else. Or,
Yep. Using it to find something.
yeah. Do I notice any difference in sensation from the evil MacGuffin as we get closer?
Are you getting it out and trying to do anything with it?
Nope.
Or you're just having it against your body?
It's in a pouch.
It doesn't seem to be doing anything.
Okay.
It's currently turned off.
And I don't want to turn it on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ikagli, what think you of what we should do?
I want to check out this orc clan where the mask came from. We got a vision of a orc, I don't know, war camp, village,
Yep.
thing, trading post.
But what about the bat creature? Should we not also follow that?
How
I
would
think
we
it-
follow that?
It's gonna go faster than we can
We
if we
don't
knew
know
where
where
it was
it went.
going.
Do we have like someone who can track it or something?
Do we know where?
Do we know where Geo the Old is?
2 people identified where he was from.
Ah, the ramshackle.
Yeah.
So we could go to the ramshackle, my old stomping ground. Yeah.
Here's where those boots came from.
Well, you know, if nothing else, I have a few scores to settle. If I happen to get in the way. But I could deal with that.
Or
Sounds
you
like
are
a plan to
tracker.
me.
For you have the track.
Yes. Though we're heading to a known location, I'm not sure that's really tracking.
People were asking about how on earth would we track the bat creature.
I mean,
we have
that's
a
some
tracker?
pretty legit tracking. If you
Yeah, that
track
may be
blind
beyond my
things.
abilities.
And also,
I'm
we
just
know.
saying.
We
For
know the
bear,
direction
not
it
Batman.
But not where in the location. Like, yeah, where Jilu lives in the ramshackle.
I'll just be AFK for 2 seconds.
Okay.
I was meaning more tracking in the direction of the bat. You know the direction it headed. You could start heading that way with the tracker, keeping
We
their
know
eyes
the
out to
town
see
where
if it
Geo is.
landed.
Do we know the exact location?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't imagine the bat would smell very good, so he should be able to pick something up.
The scat. You know what the scat looks like? That might help.
Yeah. I mean, it moves very fast. That's all I'm thinking. You know?
Yeah.
You sort of, yeah.
Since I'm down here, I'm just gonna do the old and the scon. I'll let the sconces. So I'm gonna check the check all the wine bottles and see if I can see any ones which have been recently handled or unusually out of place, kind of thing. You know, basically, I'm looking for secret doors.
Handed.
You find a few that seem to have been tampered, and Lian-Sun's
Yeah.
next to it. Glug, 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 glug. Hey, what?
Everywhere Lian-Sun's been, it's been tampered with.
It's a good drop. Yeah, you have a look. It looks like the seller is probably. If only you were a tracker.
Mm.
You're up.
4. Would you like to see if there's any? See if there is any. I just wanted to see if there's a secret door near. Do you want to see if there's any tracks which lead to nowhere or suspiciously nowhere?
Walls.
I'll have a sniff around.
Right, you can make a test with advantage.
Oof.
You get as far as Lian-Sun and start thinking, well, this wine does look pretty good, actually.
The wine's too distracting.
It's overpowering. I mean, the scent, it's quite good. No, you don't seem to. You have a good look around. You don't seem to think that there's anything other secretive down here. The only secret seems to have been this cask, which obviously was a false cask or an empty cask hiding the thing underneath it that has been removed.
Do Kahu drink?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
All right. Well, since I don't think I can find anything much else here, so I'm gonna wander back up and go ruffle through the desk for incriminating cultist material, because that seems like a thing. Also, I might suggest to other people that perhaps we could gather up the survivors and see if they know anything. If they're not too, traumatized.
So
There's no
gather
dead
them in the local tavern.
Well, someone which is safe, someone which is somewhat defendable. Yeah,
Local tavern it is. I'll get onto that.
cool.
Sure.
I'll accompany him.
Okay. You can start rounding up the survivors. And there's, maybe close to 100 or so that you'll be able to track down over the rest of the evening or the day and the evening, and you can start taking them to the single largest tavern. The few skeletons and undead that you come across seem to be pretty easy to dispatch. They do attack you, but it's because they want to kill just about everything. But you can get rid of them pretty easily when they're by themselves or in small groups. The tavern is the Baited Hook.
Excellent.
Sounds good.
If this is in Landtown, that's even better.
No, it's not.
It's on the Gilded Sea.
It's on the Gilded Sea, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Still an awesome name.
The desk and the papers that you start rifling through, they seem like ledgers for a silk trader. This is obviously some kind of mercantile endeavor trading silk, but it looks like they trade a lot of other things as well. Silk just seems to be their mainstay. You find no indication immediately that there's any indication that they are, or the person who had this house, wrapped up in anything which is cult-like. But, if they were, they probably didn't put it in their business dealings.
Is there anything about, some magical item that they found that glowed blue that they hid on the floor?
Nothing that,
Under a cake?
Nothing that is in any of their business dealings that you have gone through. But the books here are large, very, very thorough, very thorough in their dealings. It would take a long time to be able to go through them.
Yeah. I'm just going to use time sense on some of them, just see if that gives me any inclination of what they were used for.
Sure.
And then the other thing is, does this trading house have any link to the Ramshackle? Perhaps trying to sell them relics for some reason.
Or other trade.
Or contacts. Just contacts in the Ramshackle that maybe are a good lead for us. But, yeah, sure, I'll make a test for checking out... Oh, I should also check out that cask, so I'll do the cask first. Ding. And then just for books and stuff, I fail.
That's right. So with you using time sense on the ledgers and the books, I'm not going to need you to make a test because you'll do it a few times, etc. You'll pick up that you get the sense of a short, fat little man wearing spectacles, slaving over them, and very fastidious in his record keeping. You don't get anything from the ruined cask. You do find information that would indicate that the name of this guild is known as Fine Dealings and Fur. That's what they call themselves, and you do find indication that they have traded with other places all around. There is trading that happens with the Ramshackle. You do find a few instances that there is records kept for trading occurring with other organisations and companies and guilds and people of note and worth in the Ramshackle, but it seems to be all over the place. This guy has records pertaining to many places.
Well, it'd want to be something very recent, probably.
Yeah, there's too many here, and in the current ledger, nothing sticks out immediately.
Or the oldest thing in the ledger otherwise.
Yeah, so the big ledger that sits on the desk, the most common and current records in it seem to indicate not the Ramshackle, but the Sunken City.
Oh. Interesting. Were they trying to set up a caravan for the Sunken City, or what? Like trading on a sand ship?
Yeah, it looks like there is a trade that they've been organising with a dwarf of note there, called Boren, who is after a good deal of fur and silk. Boren Varris is, because you're from there, you know the name. He's a kind of a bit of a lout and someone who is like a forge master, but he likes to think he's pretty fancy and does dress.
He likes to big note himself.
He pimps himself out a bit. Yeah, he walks around in finery that isn't what normal dwarves would wear. He goes, "Look at me, la-di-da, I've got a nice new hat."
So he's a dwarf with an elf complex.
Pretty much.
But they're still at the other place, aren't they? So I don't actually know that.
You'll find this. You can, at some stage, get back together and you can compare notes. So I'll just let you know now.
Yep. Cool. I'll let them know that I think he's a bit of a loser. Yeah.
Bit of a pomp.
Yep.
So
should have been born a fae.
So are there all different ways of summoning the demon god? Or is there sort of a standardish ritual that we would know about as, like, do they use blue stones?
Are you?
No. I'm just wondering if they use blue stones in the ritual in any way. That's all I'm wondering.
Not that you know of. So you can make a test to see if you've got any indication or any knowledge of that. Someone with education might be, and history might be better at it. But
I will do that. Advantage.
So the last incursion of Dav, the demon god, was about 23 years ago. He is, or it, is an entity of unimaginable, unspeakable, and ancient power. The ways that he has come into the world, he's never really come in himself. He has sent manifestations, he has sent avatars, or he has just inspired mortals to do evil, or demons from hell and devils from hell have appeared and assisted. he hasn't set foot that anyone can recall in living memory upon the world. So the incursions are more about his power, how he has been summoned, lots of different ways. Blue glowy stones, nothing stands out, but blue glowy stone could have been used for anything, and it could have just been something that was glowing with power rather than the blue being anything in particular. Lots of items and artifacts do have glows of their own. It's quite likely that this is maybe a keystone, something that could have been utilized in something else, if that's what it was going to be used for, or it could be something completely separate. Without, you don't have a lot of context currently to go on.
Fair enough. I'm just thinking maybe some things. There's some things I'm thinking.
Good questions.
About the Sunken City and summoning things.
Yeah, no, good questions. But yes, the demon god Diav has never set foot that any of you can actually recall. Why would he want to come to this world when he can just have you people wreck it for him in his name?
Because he might want to use a gate. All right. So, what are people thinking? Shall we go to the Ramshackle, or shall we check out this orc den, or shall we split up and divide and fall?
Yeah, I don't like the last idea, but I'm probably slightly more inclined with the Ramshackle, but I wouldn't overly object to the Orcish village as well. Or town, though. That seems dangerous.
There's more leads towards the Ramshackle. Like the boots. Like, it might indicate the necromancer's from the Ramshackle and could be apprenticed to Gilu? I don't know.
I dislike the Ramshackle, but it's our best option.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not exactly enthused about going back either.
Alright, well, we can take... Yeah, we'll just... if we can't get the leads we need, we've got the backup speaker mask.
Yep.
To the Ramshackle.
All right, but maybe before we go, we should just see if any of the survivors have know anything. It's possible.
Yeah.
While they're chatting with the survivors, I'm going to communicate with our order and tell them what's going on, and maybe if they want to tell us, and our plan to go to the Ramshackle with the information given, maybe they want to send an expedition to the orc camp.
They might do that. You are some of the best and brightest that they have, so they would more likely defer to you, especially considering the fact that among your number you have the daughter of Dræth.
Yep. Well, like I said, I'm just telling them what we're doing.
Yeah. I'm just saying, you guys. I'm also just elevating you, pumping a bit of gas in your air in your tires. You guys are good. They go, oh yeah, sure. Well, we'll see what we can do. Your numbers at the Bastion, at the Bars of Del, were limited, which is why only you were able to come, the 8 of you. They might send a small group to investigate, but that's about all they can manage at the moment. Orcs being orcs, they are dangerous in the extreme, and if it's anything more than just a handful, then going in half-assed is probably going to end up with members of the order ending up dead with nothing to tell for it.
Yeah, we got to protect that gate.
Yep.
Indeed.
All right. So what is your plan? You're heading to the Ramshackle, are you?
Yep.
So the Ramshackle's about a weekish away. So you guys can all fully heal, etc. So you just jump in your character sheet and put your stuff back up. I didn't bother with depletion of your weapons or your armor or your ammunition at the end of the last battle because I knew that there was going to be time for everything to sort itself out. With your hit points, you do know that you get those 3 bonus hit points for your armor, Varris?
I didn't take that into account, so that actually puts me on 13 then.
Yep, so those are like temporary hit points. Once they've gone, you don't get them back until you spend 8 hours repairing and working on your armor.
Yeah, okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
Basically, yep. But if you can, that bonus 3 hit points does make you even more tanky. Now, one of the things as well is I've been playing around with macros quite a bit, and I didn't take into consideration, because I'm a numbnut, the daughter of Dræth giving evasion, but more likely Varris taking other characters' blows, and I incorporated damage into the same macro. So what I'm going to have to do is, before I use the macro to determine hit and or damage, ask you if you will be taking the hit. Because if you see the hit and say, oh, that's only 1 damage, yeah, I'll take that. But the hit comes forth, 7 damage. How the hell did they do that? I'm not taking that, you jerk.
Yeah, that's fair. Like the fact that they managed to actually do 5 damage to me in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, so I will ask you before or Henry uses the macros.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. Alright, so if you are heading for the Ramshackle, is there anything that you wish to do? You basically have the free run of the town. The survivors are quite happy to provision you with anything and everything that you need, and those that don't have authority to do so, doesn't matter that the previous owners don't care anymore.
Whiskey and smokes.
You've got it.
Lady Muko to entertain the children. That is all.
Alright. So if there's nothing else, we'll head to the Ramshackle. You can fix your armor up, get your arrows, whatever. Okay. It has taken over a week to travel to the Ramshackle, a sprawling, crowded, overburdened city that is always threatening to collapse upon itself. The city streets are tight and winding, with buildings built too close upon themselves and the people moving about seemingly as lost as the town planners were. Here and there, signs of decay and dilapidation are clearly evident, and almost every city block has multiple buildings that are either collapsed, condemned, or close to it. The city streets echo with the constant thrum of incessant movement and chatter, and here and there you see what passes as law enforcement, the white masks of King Cedric. The centre of the Ramshackle is known only as the slums, a postulant hive of social disease and violence where the white masks do not tread, nor anyone without specific business. It is said that knives are the only law therein, and death the most common means of escape. Alright, unless your name is Harris, in which case, you get out because you're super awesome. All right,
So a cheery city then.
it's just basically a giant tenement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a barrel of laughs. It's all good, and you scream in the distance.
Yep. So if I go here and put this in your journals, all players, and show to players.
Pretty.
So you see these guys everywhere, but and they're not what you would call really nice law enforcement, and Harris will know this.
Oh yeah.
They will do shakedowns, etc. They seem to be corrupt, but it is what it is. It's a fairly dangerous place, and they do the best that they can. They do keep law and order reasonably well, though, to a point. So you're in the Ramshackle. The Ramshackle itself also previously had a gate here, many years previously, but it was sealed by a previous queen. The city occasionally does have incursions of evil trying to find some form of lingering power from the gate, but it's not necessarily a nice place in any respect. The city does sit upon a river, and it makes use of a fair amount of river traffic.
So do we want to go to this cobbler, or do we want to... where are we going, guys? Harris? You know this city.
Well, I'm thinking the. Let's cut the chase and have a look at.
So to give you an idea, do you want to make a test for me, please, Harris?
Sure.
Just a standard test.
Oh, sorry, I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Cool. Okay, so there's a few things that you know about this city. Obviously, because you were here, but predominantly you were in the slums. The White Masks are generally a good source of information because they've always got their fingers in everything, and outside of the slums, they know what's going on. Can they be trusted? Not really, but you are all members of the Paladin Order. You are given a kind of a wide berth when you come in here. It is obvious who and what you are. The general populace, whilst thinking, oh my god, it's Paladins, they're great, also know that you are powerful and dangerous individuals, and that if you are here in a group, and 8 of you together is generally bad signs, they'll give you a wide berth. The White Masks are no different. The White Masks are probably not going to try and tangle with you or really care. Can they be used for information? Most likely. The other things that you would know, you have a few contacts within the city that might still be of use. There is a fence that is named Gobe the Launder. There is a kind of a witch, Emma Fontaine the Sooth, and you have an ally here from back in your days, running as a blade in the slums, Jonah Franks, who is a thief. They might all be used for gathering some form of information.
Okay.
That's if they're still around and alive.
The
All right.
fence, as in a person who
Sells stolen goods.
sells stolen stuff.
Correct.
Is that what?
That's right. It's a deal. It's a steal. Let's just sell the fucking century. It's that fucking Nick. I think I'll keep it.
That's it.
And it doesn't even sound like a quote from you.
Okay, so might as well start with the White Masks. So I'm sure that we're so thrilled to see me. I might ask them nicely.
I was going to say, before you do that, what I was thinking is if I summon Lady Muko, she can go off, and go to where some of them are chatting and just be standing near them and listening, and then come back and, communicate to me.
Well, yeah, if you don't mind.
Tell me what they said.
Okay, well, there is a risk you wind up in a stew pot somewhere, but if you want, go for it.
Oh, I don't know.
It's okay.
That's just an
Literally
idea.
cannot.
If everybody else is going to be staying away from us, that's all. I just thought.
Yeah, I like that idea.
So remember, you can have your familiar manifested as long as it is within 50 feet of you. It cannot
Is there a local... Well, can I ask Harris, is there somewhere where the White Masks usually congregate? I don't know, do they go to a tavern at some point, or do they, I don't know, do they hang out somewhere? Or are they just all over the place?
Yeah, they'll have a barracks. They will have guardhouses and barracks all throughout the city. And, they will have their own taverns, and they will go to any other tavern. And you can see them hanging around. They're dotted here and there. They stand out amazingly well. It's almost like their masks are designed to intimidate the rest of the populace.
They probably didn't like seeing anybody else in a mask, so hopefully they'll remember the necromancer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm hoping.
Sneaky trait. So can I, sort of sidle up close-ish to, I don't know, even a building or something that has... that I can see some of them in, and my cat can go through walls, right?
Absolutely.
You said she's...
Absolutely to both. Do you wish to also hide indication that you are a paladin?
I can do that? Yes, I would like to do that.
So,
I'll try.
Yeah, so the main thing that you guys all have is you all carry a heraldic charge, a token or an emblem of your membership of the order and the type of membership that you hold within it. You are a ranger, so you have a rampant tiger heraldic device, as does Harris. So you would bear that upon your person as a proud member of the order. But being a ranger, rangers are members of the order that are trained and geared to fight from the shadows, scouts, spies, etc. So you would, when you need to and when it's required, obviously hide that. That will give you more ability to move without indicating what you are. But at the same time, you are armed and armoured, which is a little bit untoward. So you got those things going on. But you do have the sneaky trait, so it's up to you. How do you wish to approach this?
Well, I'm definitely going to go with the gather information angle, so I'll start with if I know particular white masks who may be amenable to supplying information, I'll start with them. Otherwise, I'll go through, see if my contacts haven't end up on the business end of a dagger yet.
Sure. So all white masks are pretty much open to business propositions. That's the kind of people they are, and that's how they survive in the ramshackle. So it's hard to tell one white mask from the other. They all seem to be very similar, and behind the masks, you don't know which one's which. So, but you think you should, as long as nothing much has changed in the time that you've been away, approach any of them, and if you offer them the right incentive, you should be good. So yeah, feel free to go about how you want, and Lian-Sun, you can hide your heraldic charge.
Yes,
you can...
like to do that, but I was thinking maybe I could wait to see because if Harris talks to them and they fob him off or don't give him any information and things, I could then sneak after them, follow them, and then see if Lady Miyako can get them to, because they might then be talking about whatever information they're not going to give to
Okay, so
Harris. I don't know, maybe.
Is the group going to let Harris go by himself?
I'm concerned about it, but I understand Harris has a level of skill that I certainly don't.
Okay. Doesn't mean we can't be there.
Appreciated people could be close-ish by,
Well,
not just wander off the other side of the city.
If Harris is known and I'm obvious, perhaps I should go with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, I shall saunter up to some white masks and ask them a few questions. Particularly, has there been anything particularly unusual going on? Say the last 2 weeks, when in the space of the this artifact being uncovered, and if they've heard if Geo the Old is still hanging around.
Okay, so you can find a small group of white masks. They're shaking down a shop owner out the front of his shop on the street. They do it in fairly plain sight. Then it's not anything really aggressive. They're just asking pointed questions and trying to elicit certain responses. And they do it in front of everybody else because it helps instill a feeling of intimidation.
It's called tax. I got it.
Absolutely, it is. You're dead on. This is how they keep their numbers up.
Yep.
All right, so there are 3 of them at the moment. They all carry long swords. They wear the red tabards and the white masks. There seems to be two females and a male. The male is a mountain. He's about 6.5 feet tall, broad shoulders. The longsword looks like a toothpick at his side, and he is the one that seems to be leading it. He's pointing a big meaty finger at this small kind of willowy type older lady who's the merchant, who almost seems to be another species in front of him. Such is the disparity between the physical.
Well, some things never change.
Oh, I'm assuming I don't have Ursus around in the tight confines of the ramshackle.
It was confusing.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And
As much fun as that would be.
There are a few Kahu that you have noticed within the ramshackle. They tend to be black Kahu, which are smaller and lither. Occasionally there's a brown, but there have been no other polar Kahu. As such, you do stand out quite considerably. You are taller than anybody else by a sizable margin, standing at 8 feet tall, almost a foot taller than the brown or the black Kahu. So people will see you coming from a mile away, and you are white. You catch the sun.
I am
beautifully.
obvious.
Did
You
he
are.
Saying
use
is the
white or
white
he
ones are better.
was white?
Captain Obvious.
No, they're not saying the white ones are better. The white one, well, they're the noble Kahu. But they're polar Kahu. Polar are bigger and stronger, and it just is what it is.
And they talk
They have
like
to eat
Batman.
more.
So,
It's
that's a plus.
it's Bear Man.
Well, how would you expect an 8-foot-tall bear to sound like?
Maybe.
I'm going to talk like this from now on. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Why not? It worked for Korg. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's just Harris and Vor approaching. You approaching out in the open. How do you wish to do this?
Out in the open. I mean, with Vor, I'm not exactly going to try and make it to. There's no point trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay. Sure. Let's just roll a test. I don't have a token. That's a silly thing. Let me do this then. 2 and a 6. Okay, so one of the... I need to set that token, that macro up not to need a token, clearly. One of the female white masks will notice you approaching, coming from a slightly oblique angle, will tap the other two on the shoulder, indicate your appearance and your presence with a tilt of her head, and they will all turn to face you. The larger of the three, the male, will step forward, hand resting on the pommel of his sword, but not in an aggressive manner, just more like a relaxed type thing. He'll look you up and down. Paladins. Haven't seen any paladins around here for some time. And a Kahu. Don't see many Kahu paladins at all. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, sorry to interrupt your fine officer's business, but we were after a bit of information.
Go on.
Perhaps we want to have we want to have a talk to Ghur the Old. You know, that funny old magician and which lives around here. Yeah, happen to know if there's anything in particular interesting has been happening around his neck of the woods lately.
He turns around to his two comrades. Ghur the Old, does that name ring a bell to you? They shake their head. Doesn't mean anything to me. I haven't heard anything. I'm afraid that name isn't familiar to us. Are you sure you've got the right place?
Is this do I have a convenient patch of gold coin or something I can sort of
Sure.
jog their memory with?
Sure.
So are you? I
have it sightful, by the way, as well. So
Okay.
Okay. I'll sort of glance back to Vor
the
then.
truth or lying.
Sure. You can make a test then.
Critical.
They are lying through their teeth.
So
One of them unconscious.
Okay.
Question again.
Point I will stand up and
Tower
what
over
will it
war
take to get
from
through
our
these
guys.
lies?
Sorry, there was speaking going over the top of that. What'd you say? Sorry, Vor?
What will it take to get cut through these lies?
Lies? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell you this. This is a big city, and there's a lot of crazy people and a lot of old people. So I might have to ask a few questions. Get some more information for you. I'm not saying I'm not willing to do it, but
Well, perhaps you should. I sort of start casually flicking
Sorry,
around
can you
a
hang up?
gold coin.
what's wrong? What's wrong, Lee?
What's up, Lee?
What?
Lee started saying something and then stopped.
Sorry, I was asking a question.
That was outside of the game?
Yeah.
Cool. Keep going.
All right. So I sort of have a look at the guy and say, I sort of just casually palm a gold coin out of my sleight of hand kind of thing, and start rolling around my fingers and said, well, perhaps if you get on with it, we can. I'm sure we can reward you for your dutiful work to the order.
So I've got to ask a question then. If Paladins have come to the Ramshackle, and you don't come here often because everyone in here is not worth saving, and you come here for Ghur the Old, what's he done, and what is the danger?
That's a fair question. Let me check our notes.
Is it something that we need to be aware of? Are we going to have problems here that we need to be taking care of? Keeping the people safe and defending the city against danger. That is our job after all, so I would expect some form of professional courtesy to go both ways, I guess.
Absolutely. I think there's no. I know you guys know what you guys do, and you have a certain way of doing it, and that's fine. That's how you have to do business around here. So we know. Sorry, I'm just reading the notes here and seeing what I should actually. Yes, they we believe Ghur the Old is in league with a necromancer, and we are here to apprehend him, or at the very least see what he's planning with them. Whether that I can't say yet as to whether that will directly threaten this fine city, but can't rule it out. So, we will definitely. If we do find a threat to the city, we will inform one of yourself or one of your fine colleagues immediately.
Okay.
Casually mentions necromancer inside city.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, did you see I sent you a whisper, Vor? So I sent you the whisper so I wouldn't disturb Al, but now that he's finished, doesn't matter. Can you please make a standard test for me, please?
Sorry, I did not see that. Moi.
Okay. That's cool. And the rest of you were kind of in some kind of close vicinity, weren't you, or did you leave?
I mean,
I think we were within earshot.
Earshot's impossible unless you're within visible. There's too much noise.
No.
Yeah.
I was nearby, but not within earshot.
That's cool.
I will ask them to try and keep this quiet for now, but this is.
Okay, so Lian,
can I check something?
Yep.
What do you want to check?
had were we say 50 feet away while Lian-Sun's lady?
No, she was.
Hugo.
She said she was going
I
to
was going to
do
wait
that
and see what
afterwards.
happened with because
She's going to use it as
if Harris's questions put the idea in their heads of what
Yep.
we were asking them about, they might then go and just be discussing that after.
50
But
feet isn't a very
then
large
he-
distance.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Then I was going to send the
No,
Lady Nuka to go.
You know, I'm saying that if you guys are within 50 feet, you may as well have been there with them. That's what I was saying to Ro.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's
I'm
not-
not sure how far away we were then.
Yep, that's cool. Okay, well, I'll assume that you guys have a slight range of visibility on them, but nothing else. The rest of you will notice. It seems that Harris, you can make a disadvantage test for me, please.
Sure. Oh, what a surprise.
Okay, so Harris and Vor seem to be completely oblivious to it. The rest of you, though, with the advantage of distance and context, see that there has been a slight group slowly edging towards the white masks and your two paladin comrades, more so out of curiosity. There's nothing untoward seemingly about to happen, because that would be a fight that none of these idiots in the city would want. However, suddenly something seems to have shocked them, and they have dispersed suddenly, almost at a clip.
Oh, good. It's fine. Hopefully the panic will cause a fire and burn this whole place down. Did I say? I did not say that, lad.
Yep, a fire in the ramshackle. Haven't had one of those in a week.
A week? That's a good week.
The white masks talk among themselves. They're whispering a little bit. You can't quite hear them. The leader will then look back over at you. I'll tell you what. If there's possible necromancy at play here, then we'll do you a favour. But I'll also want 20 of those gold drac.
Drack 'em up.
What sort of? I'm not opposed to that, but what sort of favour are we talking here?
We'll give you a heads up as to where to go look for him. We'll also give you a heads up for another 20 gold drac if you got it, about who he's been supposedly in contact with recently. Someone very interesting. If it was possible, you would think that his eyes were narrowing behind his mask. Please make an advantage check, Vor, to see with your insight.
Wow.
What's up with people in advantage test today?
Vor has found out some extra ice cream left over from Lady Isabella.
Delicious.
Are we sure she's not just licking Lady Isabella's face?
I'm too high up. I couldn't see down that low.
No.
All right, can I make some sort of normal insight test?
Sure. I'll let
Because
you.
I don't.
Sure, you can make it as a standard test.
Oh yes, totally legitimate.
You can roll a standard test.
There's some good rolling. 2, 4, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3.
Just because we didn't get the chance to discuss it earlier, Grail, how much stupidity is it that needs to be present in one place before an earthquake happens? Because I know the red shackles occasionally have them.
Come on, you have to wait till at least a critical fail happens for. Right? Right.
That's right. Yep.
I assume that I can't give any advice to either
Correct.
Harris or Vor. Okay, right.
All right. So does 40 dracs? How much is that?
That's a fair amount, and I'd say that would drain you dry.
Okay. I think we'll go with these guys are jerks.
I heard that.
Sure, I will shell at the 20 for the location of Geo the Old. And I'll be eating slops for the rest of the trip. Yay.
So you're only going to give him the 20?
Yep.
Alright. Down at the docks, along the river, there's a bunch of old warehouses and some taverns. He's been hanging out down there a lot lately. I mean, he's normally down around in that area, but I can narrow it down to one area in particular. Go down to the spice trading area.
All right. And is that area known to me?
Yep.
Cool.
All
right.
It's an area of the docks which has got lots of warehouses and lots of guilds that deal with spices and a few other things as well. It's not just spices, but predominantly spices. So it's a known area of the docks. There's probably about half a dozen or so taverns and maybe about 40 or 50 warehouses.
Okay, and I'm presuming this is one. That is still one of the areas which the White Masks have at least some presence.
Yes, it's not in the
Okay.
slums.
Cool. All right. Well,
he will pocket the 20 gold drac that you hand over to him.
Yep.
Now, I think I need to go and have a few discussions with some of my colleagues about potential necromantic incursions within the city limits.
I think that would be a very good idea, and probably shouldn't try and keep it quiet.
Good hunting, Harris.
Yes, and good patrolling. Anyway, good day to you.
As I see him pocketing the gold and that, I'm gonna summon Lady Muko and start sending her over to.
You'll have to go over in that kind of area as well. You were more than 50 feet away.
I'm just around the corner behind a building, but I'm sneaky.
That's
Do
fine.
I have to roll for sneaky to say that I'm still sneaky?
Yes, you get advantage though on stealth, so you can roll 3. Nice. So what are you intending to do with Lady Muku?
I want to send her to just stay not within hearing distance of them, but out of their way, and just follow them to where I assume if they're going to go chat somewhere or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How close are you sending Lady Muko towards them?
This is where we need gifts.
So they were just at the on the outside of a building.
Yeah, they're moving away. They're moving away. So how close are you sending? You can get up. They're not like bolting. They're moving at a steady pace.
Okay.
So you are able to keep up with them stealthily. How close are you sending your familiar to them?
She can, whatever is within her ability to hear, to then reconvey back to me.
So close, because there was a lot of noise in the ramshackle. All right, make a standard test for Lady Muko, please. All right.
Didn't it? Oh, whoops, sorry. I needed to change to the... Oh, sorry. The test says Lian-Sun, but it was Lady Muko.
It doesn't matter. It's all good. It's come from you. That's all that matters.
The telepathic link, is it as in, does she have to come back to me to relay the information, or am I hearing it at the same time?
No, telepathic link, you can communicate with her, etc. at the same time. Basically, you're getting live updates, and that's what you hear. I just sent you a whisper. They move a little bit after you hear that. That's the one piece of pertinent information that you get, and then they have basically moved beyond Lady Muko's ability to keep up with them without it being obvious.
I will ask Lady Muko to come back to me and find where is everybody else?
You can all reconvene if you wish. Is that what you all wish
I
to
would
do?
like to reconvene with everybody
that's
else,
fine.
so then I can tell them what my cat heard.
Sure.
Yep.
Lady Muko overheard one of the females saying to the others in the group, "The blood of Zhu is out there. Should we not warn them regardless of the dark?"
Drak.
I don't know. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the blood of Zhu is out. Sorry, the blood of Zhu is out there. Should we not warn them regardless of the Drak?
Does that ring a bell? That
Make
sounds
a-
like a point.
Make a standard test for me, please, Harris.
No, they're obviously a charitable organization, organization benefiting the city's poor.
Yeah. They totally don't sound like his cult.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. You're not quite familiar with that term or that name or whatever it is.
Let's get there before they tip us off.
Can I just make a guess that it might mean the descendants of Jew the Elder?
Yes. You can make
Could
that
be.
guess.
I have no freaking idea.
So the old is Jiu the old.
Oh, Jew.
Yep.
The old.
Which
Not elder.
and it was different to what Lian-Sun heard via her familiar.
Oh.
I assume I can't hear a spelling, so I can't tell. It was the blood of Zhu.
Basically,
Oh.
yes.
Zhu.
Yep. With a z.
Ah.
So, yes. For Harris, you were not familiar with it. Does anyone else have any traits that might be able to... Oh, I'll tell you what. Everyone else can make a disadvantage check for me, please.
Would educated.
Educated would be... yeah, I'd let educated have a go, but you know, that's fine.
Do we test
That's fine. You got
just
enough.
an ordinary? Or...
You've got enough. You got enough successes here.
Disadvantage, but yeah, some of us made it.
No, he was saying some people who had educated might have got advantages.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You got enough successes to know. The Blood of Zhu is an assassin of considerable talents. Generally considered to be a particularly nasty piece of work. Someone that has haunted the ramshackle for a while, but has also operated outside of it.
And he killed a lot of paladins?
Killed a lot of people from a lot of places and a lot of organizations. But yes, supposedly has killed some paladins.
Good.
A sword for hire.
Have you got a bounty on you, one of you two? Either of you?
Me? Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sort of sure someone's got a price on my head. Maybe from before, but we'll see.
Fine. Let's stop sitting around and talking. We should get to the docks. I hear there's a party, and we're invited.
Yeah, we'll make it a party, all right?
Okay, you can head down to the spice area of the docks, if that's where you're intending to go.
Yep.
Yep,
I think
so.
at some point we will. The sneaky parts of the elements of the party might, scout forward and see what they can see.
Okay, there are two of you that have the sneaky trait. If you wish to do so, feel free. There are others that might wish to also, blunder along. It's up to them.
Well, if a couple of us blunder and draw attention away from the sneaky people, that should surely help them.
Cool.
I'm
Right.
a little bit concerned that I can't already hear Henry cackling.
I have you on mute. Or rather, I have me on mute so that I don't distract you from the game.
I did tell Henry before we started that there were two main areas that you guys might go, which was what you're discussing to start with. I said one might have more of something than another. So we're just waiting to see whether or not one of those places is having that more of something than the other.
You are tired.
Alright, so Lian-Sun, your stealth is not particularly great, but the good thing is that people aren't really hanging out looking for crazy women stalking around down near the docks.
What about you, Al? Are you
It's
stealthing?
not that time of day.
Yeah, I will attempt to stealth and sort of, nonchalant, wander in the shadows, melt in the crowd kind of thing. Depending
Melting
depending
the crab.
What did that crab ever do to you?
Exactly.
Make a stealth check then. Sneaky, sneak.
I will, and hey, I can do that at advantage.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh, holy snapping 3 ducks in a man suit.
Yeah, that's not too shabby. It's like that's pretty much good as it can get without a critical success.
That is a fine effort. Alright, so Lian-Sun is obviously talking to Lady Miyoko a little bit too much, and is out in the open a bit more than you are. You're off in the shadows. You know this area. You've been around here before. This is easy. You know where all the illuminated parts of the docks are, and Lian-Sun's still trying to find them. But it is a fairly ramshackly kind of place. Very rambunctious. It's a docks. There's a lot of dock workers. There's a lot of sailors. The taverns that are down here, there's lots of noise emanating from them. Smells of burning wood. You've got the open fire. Some of them have got smells of roast meat. Some have got smells of burnt meat. Some have got smells of maybe burnt flesh. Who knows? But there's also that all-pervasive scent of headiness in the air from the spices that are being unloaded constantly in this area, and the warehouses that are full of them, and it makes it's almost like you get it in your eyes, in your nose, grits forming around your collar. There are, as I said, about half a dozen or so taverns down here. They all are fairly loud and boisterous, and there are a bunch of warehouses. How about are you trying to find some information or do some stuff? Are you just going to skulk around, or are you planning anything in particular? And what is the rest of everybody doing whilst Lian-Sun and Harris are doing this stealthy bit? I'll start with the rest of you first.
Getting into position.
Yes. Do we want to start asking? We're talking about this as we're walking down. Do we wish to start asking around for the old boy, or are we just going to grab every old person we find and be like, "You, are you a necromancer?"
Some of us know who he is, though, don't they?
Why don't we go tavern to tavern and ask there directly?
Yeah.
And drink while we're at it.
I'm concerned that you're not going to make it past the 50th tavern.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
That, and also look out for any sus characters.
You're travelling with a bunch of them.
Ones that aren't us.
You think of the corner, your right, Harris waves a little.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're not ruling anybody out, but we were looking to rule some extra people in.
All right. Okay, if you want to go and have a look at these taverns, then yes, there are, as I mentioned, 6 down here. So they are the Quaint Rock, the Rabid Fae, the Clever Frog, the Mute Wife, and the Golden Corn Bar. and that's only 5, isn't it? And the maniacal
Dark side of the moon.
the maniacal snapdragon.
We can't go into the Fey one, or at least I'm not coming into that one, and I refuse to explain why.
So that's the one we start with.
I'll be outside.
Okay, so you guys are going to go into the taverns. The 2 stealthy people that are moving through the shadows, etc., in this area, what is your plan?
I'm going to basically start checking out the warehouses.
Okay. And Lian-Sun, what's your plan?
We can't hear Lee.
Question.
Ah.
You can't hear me.
Now we can.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Is there it's docks, right? Is there a fish market?
There is a fish market, but you are not at the fish market area. You're at the spice area. This is basically consider this as like this is where ships and river boats and barges that are trading in spices predominantly, but they do other things, come and unload it. So you have stevedores working the docks, which will do all the unloading, etc., and then they'll transport it into warehouses. This isn't the fish area. That's another part of the docks where you'd have the fishing vessels turn up.
That's where we should have gone first if we're searching for something fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's really bad.
That's right.
You laughed first. You're like, that's funny.
I'm gonna go.
So you've got the rest of the group, which are going to go on a pub crawl. And then you've got Harris, which is going to start skulking through warehouses.
Love it. You can send your cat through warehouses.
You
can always just back me up.
I'm gonna sit down and try to get my hiding back on and send Lady Mirko to have a look around some of the warehouses.
Okay. So you're going to do warehouses as well. Having the 2 of you basically do warehouses is not a bad idea because there are a lot of them and the warehouses are large, as a warehouse would be. And warehouses all have guards on them. Okay. So the guards are different. The guards are differing in competency, etc., and some of them are. They're not going to attack you unless you do something weird. But they're there to keep riffraff out, and they've got expensive goods.
At being very sneaky at the moment. That's why I was like,
you don't
I'm
know
happy
you're
to
not.
extend my.
You don't know you're not.
Oh, but I rolled crap.
Yeah, but you think you're doing all right.
Oh, I don't actually know. Okay, well, sure.
Okay.
Yes, this is one of the other campaigns we play that these kind of checks are rolled in secret.
Yep.
So
They always should be.
I would roll them in secret normally, but for this it's okay. Alright, so we'll start with the pub crawlers. You wish to go to the Rabid Fae first, did you?
I am standing outside with my back to it.
Okay, the Rabid Fae is fairly noisy. It's a small tap house. It is a single story. It maybe has 20 people in there at the moment. There is a large roaring fire. There is someone playing the hurdy-gurdy terribly.
No wonder I'm staying outside.
And the barkeep is a large, balding, fat, sweaty human, big stubbly beard with a pair of fake fae ears.
Oh, awesome.
You made a good choice.
Is he cosplaying as a druid? Because we've all met that person, right?
I just think is he cosplaying as a druid should now be the answer to any question. Is there a doctor on this plane? Is he cosplaying as a druid?
As you enter, the 5 of you, I assume you're all going in, other than the daughter.
If I can fit.
You can fit. They have largish doors. You might have to duck your head, but you can fit. The ceilings are probably about 10 feet, so you're doing okay. The barkeep will, occasionally they do get people like you in here. The barkeep will look up, he will be a little bit shocked. He'll crook a smile, and you'll see him reach up and surreptitiously take the ears off. How well does he do it?
He fumbles them, juggles them around in front of you.
End up in a punt as pint at that point.
What can I do for you, Paladins? Drink? Drinks on the house. Drinks on the house.
Yes.
And he
Well,
will,
I guess we're not leaving anymore.
and he'll put out 5 mostly clean glasses and fill them with some kind of amber liquid. What can I do for you? You fine people.
Well,
Or was it just you just came in for the drinks? Because I'm quite good with that. Good.
No. We're here for information, but since I'll just start laughing, someone should probably talk to him.
Alright, I guess that's me.
At this point, I'll also mention that one of you has the charismatic trait.
Oh yes. Let me guess. Is the person sitting outside?
No, that's me.
You sound a lot less French than last time.
Sacre bleu, my French accent.
That's why he's now charismatic.
Oh, so true. So true.
That was a burn and a half.
Don't you have some French blood, Chris? Maybe.
No, I ran out of it.
Maybe we should call you Joan of Arc.
He's standing there,
Alright,
looking at
so
you.
who's Charming Pants?
Charm the gin out of him.
Charming Pants isn't going to ask. I'm just going to be really direct and awkward
Okay.
and loud.
Yeah.
One of you feel free to say something.
We're looking for Zul. Where is he?
And we look.
He's in the fridge.
When we're looking for
Ghur,
yeah.
the old.
Yep.
Oh, we're looking. I thought we were looking for the assassin guy.
No,
I'm sure he'll
I
find.
think he's looking for us and definitely shouldn't mention him, but
Yeah.
whatever. You know.
then I think asking for Ghur or whatever, the assassin, might make him clamor up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Or
I'd send people scurrying.
I can hear you.
Jew the Old. Where is he?
That would have been a gif.
Jude the Old. Yeah. I know the name. He hasn't been in here for ages.
But doesn't he have a market near here? Giggle.
Worst giggle ever.
I know your crazy laugh is decidedly.
I'm sorry.
It's like Craig's French accent. It's yeah, no, Jude. He
I
was,
remember when Aaron used to commit to role playing.
he was in here maybe a month ago, but hasn't been in since.
Did he lose his elf ears?
No. Someone else in the bar, because as I said, there's about 20 people in here. It's pretty crowded because it's only small, and you guys have made it even more crowded, especially with 4 in presence. And Varris is not small either. He might be short, but he's broad.
And he's not subtle.
And he's not subtle.
The word you're looking for is girthy.
He has a breadth of experience. Someone will laugh at the ear jab. The barkeep will just keep. Yeah, no, he hasn't been here for a month or so. Is there a problem? I can tell you if he comes in again.
Where does he live?
I don't know where he lives.
Who is his daddy and what does he do?
I don't know. He's a lot older than me.
With a name like the old, I'm shocked.
And he's probably dead.
I mean, if he's I just start laughing. Can't finish that sentence.
And the barkeep will get really freaked out by that, and he'll stumble back a little bit, and everybody goes quiet.
We're obviously not being subtle here, so anyone with information, come find us.
When he was in here last, barkeeper, where did he sit?
There, he'll point at the spot that's being occupied by Holaad.
Cool. I'll walk over there and I will use time sense on that chair.
Oh,
I'm you.
I hope going blind was worth it.
Like that's the worst thing she's seen.
Do you just see, or do you also get the smell?
So you get one bit of information pertaining to that object, the stool.
Can I flip a destiny point to give him the...
I mean, I'm hoping that my magic lets me sort of push it in the direction I want.
Yeah, what were you asking? Sorry, Ro?
I want him to get the sticky trait.
Trolltastic.
Yep.
I don't have to touch the chair.
That's a good thing.
Okay. So you concentrate on the chair and you try to cast your mind back in time, and you've got a rough time stamp around when you're trying to focus. So you can gain information about the history of the chair, not who was on it. So you realise that you can see a kind of a purpley robe draped over it.
Okay, cool. So it's probably true that he was in here, which means he's probably pretty nearby. Let's check the warehouses that are nearby. Just walk up to the guards and start saying, we have an appointment with, what was his name? Jin?
Gio.
Gio. Yeah, that guy.
Gio the old.
Somebody else should say that we've got the appointment though, right?
Reminder for future Grail, because I'm not a member of the campaign for the wiki, I cannot create a new page, but I expect the chair to have its own wiki page.
Hey, it's a stool, and it gave up everything.
Also,
I'm marking down Rowan for minus 2,000 experience in Valley of the Obelisk.
Aaron just got a stool sample.
Oh.
I was calling it a stoolie.
Alright, so that's what you guys are doing, unless you guys want to do anything else. Lian-Sun and Varris will quickly jump to you guys. Does anyone else want to do anything in the Rabbit Fae?
No.
I'll drink one of the drinks.
Okay.
Well, is Lady Isabella doing out? No, not Lady Isabella. What is the daughter of Dræth doing outside? Just standing around, waiting.
Looking uncomfortable with her shield and a hand on her blade.
Does she get to do anything in the time that they're just
Nope,
in there?
because nothing
No.
else is happening. She's
Okay.
doing
Trying not
stuff.
to
She's
strain itself rolling her eyes.
She's being stoic. Don't worry, I didn't forget about her. But very little.
Meditating. Maybe she could get some extra experience points or something. Like you don't know what she was doing. She was being mindful.
She was. She was standing at the front, being stoic because that's what she is. Being meditative, possibly. Being, intimidating to all the drunks, dockhands, stevedores, and general riffraff that are around here. They all see her and go, "I'm going to steer clear of that place," and and she's keeping, she's being the best bouncer ever.
Or the worst.
Yeah.
Your name's not on the list, so I can't let you in. So Harris and Leanne going through the warehouses, you go through a few of them. As I mentioned, they've all got guards. Some of them seem to be large, burly guys with big, hefty weapons. Some of them just seem to be, just normal people keeping an eye out, more like just move along type guys. There is a good deal of probably valuable merchandise in most of them. The warehouses that have the more valuable content have the heavier armed and armored guards and have more of them. And if you do get close, they will, try and, intimidate you to move away. But generally they don't see you. You guys are pretty good. Lady Muku, you can send through the walls and have a bit of a squiz. The warehouses do seem to be on the inside, and you can probably pop your head into a few of them as well, Harris, and have a bit of a look. Just full of legit, and I use that term loosely, legit stockpiles of goods, crates, barrels, sacks, etc. Anything, and because you have got that kind of underbelly style background as well, you know that anything which is too illegal wouldn't be in here anyway. It would have either stayed on the ship and then been shifted either after dark or shifted outside of the city, or it's already been moved along. This is more the legit stuff, because the white masks could come in here at any moment and have a bit of a kick around and find stuff that they don't want to find. So,
quite literally.
Yep, you don't find any indication of Ghur the Old. You don't hear anyone talking about Ghur the Old. Nothing is being mentioned about the blood of Zu. You don't hear anything along any of those lines, which is key to what you're after at this point. The guards, for the most part, are silent and just doing their job. The ones that talk shit.
Are there any offices or anything in the so there's the warehouses, but there are any where the foreman would go to?
There is a couple that will have a ledger office or something like that, and there will be
send
someone.
Lady Muko to look at a
Yeah,
couple. I don't want to try to sneak in.
Yes, there are clerks in there doing work, scriveners, etc., keeping track of stuff, but it seems to be legit.
All right.
And it's once or twice the people in there get freaked out by the fact that there's a cat suddenly materialised and walked through a wall.
Yeah, okay. No, that's fair enough.
But
should have called the cat Heinlein.
I say we go back and recon with the other guys and see what they've found out.
The other guys, so if you guys have gone through maybe about half a dozen to a dozen or so warehouses having a look at this. So you guys have gone to the Rabbit Fay. Did you want to have a look anywhere else? So there was the Quaint Rock, the what was it? The clever, the clever frog, the Mute Wife, the Golden Lark, the Golden Corn, Golden Corn Bar. My handwriting is terrible. I should have been a doctor. And the Maniacal Snapdragon.
Do we know the quality of them?
They are all dock taverns. They are all pretty rough, all mostly small, and for the most part they are more tap houses than anything. So they offer drink, pretty piss poor drink. They might have to strain the rats out of it, and if you're lucky, they'll offer you some roast meat, or something, a slab of something that might have once been meat, or a broth, but you're not going to get any large menu to order from. It's just a little bit of food to go with the grog. It's mostly go there, get drunk.
Yep.
You can, if you ask around, possibly find out some decent information. The problem that you're going to have asking in these specific places, and look, I'll skip through, you've gone through a few of them, we can say. The problem is that for the most part, the people who come in here are dockhands and the itinerants that are on the boat. So those people who might make up 50% of the drinkers, etc., don't have a clue. They might not even be natives to the city. So the rest of it is a little bit mishmash. If you want, you can give me some general ideas of what it is that you're trying to do, and we can then make some tests.
Basically, my thought was that if we're being particularly obvious about it and there was someone in there that might know him, they might try to leave and we could potentially pick up on that.
Okay, that's fine. So therefore, I'll let you all make a disadvantage chest check, except for Vor, who has Insightful, who can make a advantage, and Lady Isabella, you can make a single charismatic advantage check to see if you have spoken to anybody and got any kind of information.
My rolling is on par.
Okay, so we've got a couple successes there. So the daughter of Dræth has got one success, but Lady Isabella on her charismatic has got 2 successes. Right. So what I'll do is I will get this person. And I will. Okay. So, Lady Isabella, you're having a chat, and we'll say it's in the Clever Frog.
Okay.
And this guy will come up to you. The daughter of Dræth will get to you in a second with what you've found, and he will come up and just sidle up alongside. You say, "Do you know Harris? I heard Harris was back in town."
I do, yes.
I know Harris. Used to run with him back in his days in the slums. I got a bit of information for him. Do you know where he is at the moment?
He is off doing a job. I can direct him to you if you wish, or I'm meeting up with him after this, so I can... No, sorry, I forgot my accent. Or I can...
It's fine. I'll probably start speaking like an Indian at the moment. That's why I don't normally do accents. I'll tell you what. So I hear that you're after some information on Ghur the Old. Well, you're in the wrong area. You've been given a bit of a bum steer. He has been down here, but he's not here at the moment. What you want to do is you want to head for the place called the Sultan Bounty.
And where would that be?
Sultan Bounty, it's a tavern. It's not in this sector though. It's one over. It's in the hard goods.
I thank you. Is there anything that you would specifically like me to tell Harris?
Just tell him that Jonah was here, and I'll catch up with him. Tell him to keep an eye on his back as well. I hear there's a mark on all of yous. Your presence here is not unknown and was expected.
And who has posted this mark?
Ghur the Old. He knew you were coming.
That is interesting information. Thank you, Jonah. I'm sure that Harris will be quite welcome to know of your help to us.
Just tell him to keep safe. He did well to get out of the city. He shouldn't have come back. Anyway, I best be off, lest I end up with the knife between my shoulders. Best of luck to you.
Tell him. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And the daughter of Dræth, you will notice a short figure skulking around, only very briefly, and then it's gone. It seems to be a very short, lithe figure. It's in the shadows. You see it for a matter of seconds. It takes your interest, and then by the time you refocus, you can't see it anymore. It is gone.
Was it wearing any clothing of note?
Dark clothes, a robe with a hood and a cowl covering. You couldn't see anything, any features. You couldn't see whether it was male, female. You couldn't see whether or not it was a dwarf. If it was a dwarf, though, it would have been slim. You couldn't see if it was a goblin, possibly, or a child, or just a small human, or a fae. Couldn't really see any of that, but they were small, they were lithe, they were pretty dexterous and adroit, and they seemed to know their way around a shadow or two because, you saw them for a couple of seconds. Whether or not they spotted you seeing them and noticed and realised they had been marked, you're not sure, but yeah, that's what you saw.
I feel like we're being stalked by Mr. Tier Timey, but that could be just me.
I hope someone way less competent.
Yep, me too.
I will say, mark me, Paladins, we are marked indeed.
Okay.
Alright, so Harris and Lian-Sun, you can go through a few more places. You've probably gone through half the warehouses, and they're all coming back pretty much the same. You're finding no information. Nothing in the warehouses that doesn't seem to be legit. You see a few, when I say legit from your point of view. You see a few scurrilous type things, but nothing really bad. Willibrod, he lives.
Bloody white masks, a bunch of freaking losers. Let's go find the other guys.
Yeah.
So we go up to that conveniently pre-designated meet-up point.
I'm sure it doesn't take you long to find the Polakahu.
Yeah. Cool. We meet up with the other guys. So, how'd you go? You haven't killed anyone yet.
I'll tell Harris about Jonah and what he said.
Oh, well, glad someone's come good with the information. I should have looked him up first instead of those jerks. Mark to say, well, I guess that assassin bloke is out to get us. Well, guess that shadow boat got here ahead of us, which wasn't very hard. I mean, seriously, who did not see anything like that? Bunch of freaking blind idiots. Okay, let's go find this bastard.
Might be in the name Shadow.
Yeah, I know, right?
All right. Quick to the hard goods district.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in the hard goods districts, this is where they offload products which are, your more hard goods. So this is where your furs, your silks, anything which is much more tangible and solid will be offloaded. But also blankets, pottery and stuff like that. The Salt and Bounty is a fairly sizable tavern. It is a 2-story, and it has on the outside of it a sign indicating that it also has accommodation.
Classy for this part of town, or this town.
All right. Do you want to go straight in there and ask, or do we want to get a room and try to get them at night?
Let's go straight in and ask.
I was gonna go have a slink around first, but sure.
When we turn up, we're noticeable in us standing here on the street discussing this.
You are noticeable, yes, because you are, who you are, but also your numbers and the fact that you have a Kahu, a dwarf, a Fae. So yeah,
Goblin.
a goblin.
Also, heavily armored people
Yes,
kind of stick out.
you do, especially on the docks.
Okay, well, you guys make the entrance, and I'll sort of blend in. Hopefully. Something. Let's make a joke out of it. Kahu, a bunch of paladins walking to a bar. Something.
And all the patrons are zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a picture, an image, a still of the Sultan Bounty.
Yep.
It is a fairly noisy place. As you enter, a group of people leave. Doesn't look like there's anything too suspicious other than the fact that they don't want to be hanging around when a group of heavily armed and armoured people enter. It generally doesn't bode well. There is a fair bit of noise. There is a heavy smoke that lingers inside. It's almost like there's no or very little ventilation. You notice that not everybody that's within, not everyone that's in here is a dock worker, though. There are some people of reasonable standing, it seems. There's a few that are in nice clothes. There's even a jongleur doing a bit of dancing and cavorting and, trying to entertain. There is no one playing music, but there is a long bar. It's got 2 barkeeps.
When people don't close that door, and yet you walk out and left it open so that you've got it.
And so there's 2 barkeeps. I thought Craig was talking to us. He's just talking in the background. There's a bunch of barmaids as well, and you can notice that there is occasionally a door opening out the back a couple times, and the smells of a roaring fire come from there, and meat cooking and bread, fresh bread.
Does it smell like named meat?
Do you want to name it?
Terry. No, does it smell like, oh, that is beef, as opposed to there is some kind of meat cooking?
Sure. I had lamb for dinner, so we will say it's chicken.
Seems fair.
Is there any magic in this room? Anything magical?
You have a bit of a sniff? Yes, there is magic definitely in the air.
Ooh. What direction's it in?
It's kind of lingering as though there has been magic in here considerably in the vicinity, but you think you can scent something from the stairs going up as well, more fresh, a lingering trail.
Let's head upstairs.
Very well.
Okay, there does seem to be, and I'm going to drop you guys onto a battle map, not because I want you guys to fight anything, but to give you guys more of an indication as well.
No, battle map means murder hoboing.
For a moment, we couldn't see anything, so I was preparing to attack the darkness.
Magic missile?
Yep.
Oh yes, there's 2 guys either side of you.
The bouncers.
Bouncers. And you notice there are a few around. They are... where's my picture for them? Picture. Edit. Put into your journal.
Bouncers / executioners.
Ooh.
Quite well.
Well,
they're pretty.
Quite well armored
They
bouncers.
don't seem to be wearing any armor except for, heavy quilting. So it's probably light armor or none, and they just have short, thick bladed swords. Other than the masked helmet, they don't seem to be wearing much. They don't really seem to carry themselves very well either. They're here more for an intimidation of the drunks, and when you walk in, they go "Rrr," and kind of step slightly to the side.
Where were they when the Westfold fell, I ask you?
Bladed weapons bounces. I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah. I mean, look at the bloodstains, man. Look
Yeah.
at the bloodstains.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's an empty poker table?
There
Come
is.
on.
Really? Your eyes weren't drawn to the massive chest over here?
It's not a chest. That's not a
That's a
chest.
I think that's a little cake.
Looks like a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a ton or a
Ruined
pin.
by fun.
Here's the massive chest.
What is this? Is this a...
That's
That's the jungler.
That's the jungler.
Oh, it's just a jungle. Okay.
Just a jungler, he said. Ah, you barbarian.
They didn't have jonglers in the woods.
Clearly.
Well, listen, this one's probably not trying not to lift everyone's small change while he's at it. Sure. So, does Yakagi mention the trail?
Yes, I said we should go upstairs.
Okay.
Also, that poker table was where the group decided to leave from. They went out this back door over here.
Nice.
Okay.
Which back door, sorry? That one. Cool.
Yep. They saw you enter and they went doo 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 doo.
Interesting. Well, we'll probably get some trouble in a second. But let's go up. I suppose we should wander upstairs. But that's I presume that's where the accommodation is. So we'll create a pretense.
Is that a window?
Yes.
I'll have a quick look where those group guys went.
They just basically disperse. It's like it's quite clear that whether or not they had anything untoward going on, they just don't want a bar to do with you guys at all, and they have just gone all over the place. I mean, a group of 8 heavily armored people walk in, including an 8-foot-tall bear, and it's just like, yeah, we're gonna go out because this is gonna get messy.
Fair enough.
They can see the neon signs above you that say PC, and as was indicated, they've looked around and said, "Oh my god, we're in a battle map."
Yeah, that's it. They saw it and they said, "Oh no."
What I think you meant to say there, Grail, was they walked here, and then they got a message saying you can't fast travel when there are enemies nearby.
All right. Well, shall someone make sure we get some pretense and pay for a room for the night, or ask him
Only we can
order upstairs?
Okay. So you've gone over to this barkeep, have you, daughter?
Yep.
Okay. He stops what he's doing. He stopped what he's doing when you walked in. He's kind of just staring slack-jawed at you. He's got a mug in his hand, which he seems to have been half-heartedly polishing or cleaning, and he's upstairs.
Yep.
Mm,
All right.
very well.
Like,
We too will go upstairs.
Don't wreck the joint, please.
We'll try not to.
Yaklagi will laugh maniacally and say, "Interesting jongleur you've got. If I needed a fool to laugh, I'd be doing it non-stop," and continues to laugh.
Excellent.
He'll turn and say something to the other barkeep, which you believe is along the lines of, "We're fucked."
It's like when you say, I also cast magic.
Guys coming along.
Yeah.
The bouncer that's on the stairs will look a little bit concerned, but he will step forward and hold up his hand. Do you have a room? Do you have business up here?
We have business. The barkeeper said we were good to go.
Didn't we just get a room?
You've left Lady Miyuko behind, by the way, just to let you know.
Oh, sorry. I meant to desummon her
Okay, that's cool.
when we left the warehouses.
That's cool.
Sorry, I didn't
No.
actually say it. I was waiting till
That's alright.
micro talk. Because yeah, I want to keep her safe.
Not a problem. So yeah, he's like, are any of you having your heraldic charges out to indicate that you are paladins? Do you
Yeah,
identify
I never
yourself
put
as
mine
such?
away.
Cool.
Yeah, mine's never been taken off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Although, who knows if anybody knows what mine is?
Look, they said you could go up to. Look, I get paid 2 shillings a day. I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, you
Alright.
should probably leave.
Uh,
Cool,
If-
sicky.
Don't cause any trouble, you won't have any.
but I've got to keep the. That also means that I've got to do my job, and I'm not allowed to let people up here that aren't
The
legitimately.
barkeeper said we could go up.
He'll call out to the barkeep.
Didn't we get a room before?
No,
No,
I
we were-
suggested, but the barkeep made it obvious that we were expected.
Okay, so the bouncer that's on the stairs will call out to the bouncer down here. Are they okay? And the one down the bottom will just wave. Alright then, I guess you can go through. Try not to kill too many people, please.
Back.
We double as cleaners.
Hoping we don't have to kill anybody.
Alright. So I will put you guys in.
This thing that I'm pinging here, is that like a little Joker person or something?
That's
or
the
what
Jungler.
is that? It's a what?
Juggler.
Oh, it's a
So,
juggler.
yeah,
Okay.
So what you said.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't.
Okay.
Stand.
Says indeed.
So you go up the top, and there are 2 of these guys. They're wearing leather jerkins, cuirass, and they've got hefty clubs, and Mickey Rourke mows and hair.
And looks.
It's like he's smiling though, so
He is.
it's
they
fine.
are. And there's 2 of them. One of them standing directly in front of a door, a large heavy door, and the other one is kind of getting himself a drink from a bar. This is like a foyer type thing. So, and there's another bouncer up here, as you can see. The guy sitting in the chair is smoking a pipe, sees you coming up, continues smoking his pipe, drinks from a mug, continues smoking from his pipe. But the guy, the bouncer guy, just looks at you, nods. The two guys with the armor and clubs, though, don't really seem to be getting out of the way or showing any form of deference.
Ask the bouncer, is Geo behind that door?
Yep.
Yep.
B. McGee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some little girl. She's probably about 10, 12 years old. She's, she sees you, but she's just playing with something on the floor at the moment.
She's in a red dress. I assume she's blonde and has an English accent.
Sure, why not?
I think we need to kill her.
Her
Can
name is
I-
Alice.
Can I pacify this guy?
Sure, I think all of you can probably pacify them. It's
I'm in the spell.
I could use him as a
I'm
pacifier.
gonna cast pacify on
Yes,
him.
I know what you meant. Yes, you can. Well, you can try.
I will attempt to do so.
Okay.
Oh.
No, but it's obvious that you tried casting a spell.
Yep.
And he will heft his club, looking a little bit. Oh, my connection has just on my laptop has got a bit wonky. He will heft his club. He looks a little bit unsure of himself. I mean, you guys outnumber him seriously, but he wasn't. Come on, get with the program, you stupid laptop. I'm gonna have to refresh, aren't I? There he is, moving.
You could pour some Sprite on it.
I
That
just
would
say,
probably be refreshing.
I looked into your future and I saw that you would have a healthy one if you left and went home now.
So he moved over there. He's looking a little bit unsure of himself, but you know they're not here because they're geniuses. Their career option isn't listed as thug because they're smart. I get
No, it might pay well. He might be trying to put himself through school.
That's right. He might be able to. Look,
He's got to pay for college.
Yeah, can't do that if he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
The School of Hard Knocks is not free.
so you're trying to coerce him to go home? Make a test.
Me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, you're the one doing it.
Ding.
He will step back into the corner. The other one looks at him and shakes his head. And then looks up at you. Look, you just can't come in here. You need an appointment.
We have an appointment from the Order. It's with anybody who's messing with things that they should not mess with. And anybody who gets in the way of the Order, well, they stop messing with things too.
What?
I said go home. Live. Choose life. You don't get paid if you're dead.
Look, hang on a second. He'll turn around and he'll knock on the door. There's some guys out here. I think they're the ones you were expecting.
Can I use Hurl to rip the door off the wall?
You can try. It's a pretty hefty door, but you can give it a whirl. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. Rip. Oh, it is a hefty door.
It rattles a bit, but doesn't come off the hinge.
Look, see, he wants you to open it for us.
I can't open it. It's locked from the inside. You'll knock again. They're out here. There's 8 of them. And
Can you
one of them's a bear.
Allow me. I try to open the door.
Okay. Go for it. Make a strength check.
There we go.
The door's now open. It was hefty. It wasn't that hefty.
I think it was stuck a little bit.
Okay. There is an old man in there. Let me just go back to the token layer. Go grab that dude that you're hoping to murder. Put him
Interrogate.
in.
Polite questions.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, we're sorry too.
I know you are, Chris.
Well, we definitely opened the door.
So he has what appears to be an orangey kind of gold jacket, and it's over the top of a purple robe. Scraggly hair, weathered-looking skin. His eyes are sunken into his face. He's holding on to something at the moment. It's what appears to be a tube, a scroll tube, perhaps. He's got a bunch of other things on his person, like magical accoutrements, etc. And he goes, no, you're not to be in here. And this other guy will step forth.
But we are meant to be in here.
What are you guys doing?
Stepping forward, pushing that guy out of the way to step into
That sounds
the room.
like initiative.
Oh, okay.
Move yourself back and roll for initiative.
Is that everybody?
Remember to select your tokens. Let me put
Initiative. Oh, yes.
Normal?
Yep. Yep, normal unless you have something otherwise. So the only two people in the party that should be rolling otherwise should be
oops.
Holaad, who should be rolling with advantage, and Iklagi, who should be rolling with disadvantage. Henry, if you wish, you can roll initiative for the Bouncer, the Thug, and Jiu the Old.
Be up.
I was concerned about the little girl who's obviously undead because she has no health bar.
Did you? Did
So I'm
She's a
thinking there's like a
non-combatant.
demon child.
Yeah,
that's
no, it's
going
just
to...
a computer game, so you can't attack the children.
Did you select
okay.
the token, Henry?
Helps if I turn the mic on. I did. That was the bouncer in the room with Joel.
It rolls it for me. Using that. The Bouncer, so the Thug in the room. And it rolled the initiative for the Thug for me.
Yeah, because you've used those. You've got those macros in the built into the, but they reference your macros table, and the macros didn't come through.
Oh, so they're not coming
It's
through
not
for you.
attached to the sheet. Yeah,
Oh, that's annoying.
that's all good.
Alright, that's cool. I'll roll their initiative then. The important ones should come through. What I can do though, give me a second. If I go in here and visible to players, that's what I can do. I can make them visible to you, to RC. Alright. So the macro, come on, select. It won't select you. There it is. Jesus Christ. Alright, so initiative should now work for you if I just make the other ones available for you as well. The important ones will come through though. Visible to players, 2IC. Damage, visible to players, 2IC. And advantage, visible to players, 2IC. So there we go. Alright. If everyone has rolled their initiative, did everyone roll initiative?
I did.
Think so.
So, not for Geo the Old. Can you roll initiative for Geo the Old for me, please, Henry? See if it works.
Sure. Hey, there you go.
Rolled as private.
Holaad didn't have his token selected, so he's not actually on the...
Oh yeah, and that's not an initiative test.
No, that's
Well,
alright. I can add Holaad.
Yeah, just have him as
Alright,
12.
so, yep, where is Holaad? There he is. Let me go to my laptop to add him. Yeah, to roll your initiative, you need to select your token first. Alright, so...
But it also hadn't clicked advantage and then clicked initiative.
That's right. Yep, so I've just added Holaad, and I can now give him a manual entry of 12, because let's not let him lose that. Alright. Order descending. Holaad, you have the initiative first. It seems that things are about to get a little bit out of hand. The daughter of Dræth is moving forward in a aggressive manner. Even if she doesn't intend violence, she's going to physically lay hand upon this guy who doesn't seem to want to be touched that way.
Lace shoulder.
The giant paladin with you has just ripped the door off its hinges and basically said, "Hello." And Jiu the Old is a cantankerous but maybe slightly senile old man who has mystic power. You have the initiative. What is it that you wish to do? You can choose to not do anything. It's up to you.
I move here and demand
The little girl gives you her lollipop.
No. Demand you information.
Give us information.
What?
On?
Okay. Make a test for me with disadvantage, please.
Ooh.
All right, Geo at this point, and we'll just pause the initiative here, unless the daughter wishes to continue rampaging through.
I will pause.
Geo will like, what information? What is it that you want?
About the
Don't.
The shadow bat and what it
Yeah.
carried.
Yeah, the shadow bat. You're in league with necromancers.
The cool heretic went out. Dun dun dun.
J'accuse.
Yeah.
A heretic says what?
Yeah.
I can't hear over the sound of you being on fire.
Where's the blue stone? Give it to us now. Whatever was glowy. We need it.
Very much like the image on that grail.
Do.
Cool. You're here to kill me, aren't you? That's what you would do.
Not necessarily, but you know.
Only if he resists.
He seems to be squirming a little bit. Oh, they said you would come to kill me. I know you're here to kill me.
Well, first time
said
talking,
that?
we might change our minds.
No, I did my part. I did it. I don't want any more. They paid me the Drac. I don't want it anymore.
Who paid you?
Oh no. He's absent-mindedly unscrews the top of the scroll case and slides a scroll out of it, and it's now in his hand. It seems to be a scroll of black paper that you see every now and then a flicker of red upon it.
That's not good.
Yeah. Stop him.
Okay. Yeah, I would.
Up to no
Yeah.
good.
I would do something if I had initiative. Whose initiative is it?
Hang on, it will be the daughter. I just need to swap the daughter and the thug around because characters get initiative on it. That Geo goes below Lady Isabella, Bouncer goes below Vor.
But you said at the moment we're not actually in initiative
I
yet.
paused it.
You paused it, yeah. But so if I do something, then it would go back into initiative.
No, the daughter. We paused it after Holaad's, so the daughter will pick it up.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so the daughter, you can pick up the initiative if you wish.
I'd like to make a test with advantage to see if I can recognize what scroll or the magic that might be in that scroll.
Sure, go for it. Okay. It is quite clearly something of... Where am I? Let me get this and put it into all of your journals just to shock and dismay you, because it's something I do. And hit Shooter Players.
Convenience.
Okay, so that's like what she had as well.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
You put the scroll down. It's not too late. You can come peacefully if you keep going with that. There will be blood spilled.
He's slowly starting to unfurl it. No, you come to kill me. I know you've come to... They told me you would come. Zadax, he said that if I spoke, I would be killed anyway. No, I should not have got involved. I should not have got involved.
You sure it wasn't Adderall? Prozac?
Xanax.
Man,
Okay.
goes before me. That's annoying. Oh.
The thugs will say that was your turn, daughter. The thugs are not really sure what to do. Lady Isabella, what are you wanting to do?
Have we got weapons in hand?
I would assume that you have a weapon in hand since yours is a spear.
Yeah.
You would have a weapon in hand. Varris would have a weapon in hand. Vor would probably have a weapon in hand, but the rest of you, no. Oh, except
For my hands are weapons.
yeah, but he also has a whopping great big club, which he can choose to carry if he wants, which he probably does over his shoulder.
Yeah.
And the daughter of Dræth does because she said she had her sword out.
My hand was on my sword.
So
and
on sword, sorry. Okay, so only those three, the people have their weapon out.
But my shield is on, obviously.
I mean,
Can I use the wooden part instead of the speary part to like try and knock one of the guards out?
Sure.
KO a guard.
Let's try and go over here then and.
What? Okay. No. That's fine. Let him do what he's doing.
This is Craig.
Yep. That's fine. That's cool.
Let him be himself.
Yep. This guy's got to go down. I understand. Who knows what could have happened?
I don't understand why you're not attacking that red one, because that red one's going to be trouble.
No, I just saw the purple and didn't see the picture.
Go for the little red demon in the front there.
I'll try and hit
Something
the
exorcist. Dunk.
Where's my sheet? Find my sheet.
Alright. You thwack him with the haft of your spear. Alright, it will only do light damage, 1d3. It won't do your heavy damage.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
How's that damage?
You got to do 1d3 in the thingo, don't you?
/ roll space 1d3. 3.
Nice.
Alright. So, Henry, if you want to modify that token, he is wearing armor, which should reduce his damage by 1.
Okay.
But that puts him on 0. You can put a red X on him if you want.
Sleepy face.
Yep, red X is the same. It's, he's out for the count. You also put a sleepy face. You put a sleepy face on there as well.
It was non-lethal, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him.
But he's out for the count. That's why I said you can put a red X to indicate he's out as well. And a sleepy face to indicate he's not dead. Yep. Cool. Alright. Lady Isabella has begun the actual hostilities. Alright, let me make a disadvantage check for Ghur the Old to see how sane he is. Does he read from the scroll?
How did you roll pineapple on a d6?
Alright, that is not good. Okay. So, he reads from the scroll.
Oh dear.
As he does so, the scroll disintegrates. Alright. Let me put this in all players and show to players.
Oh dang.
Cuddly.
Okay. It is about 8 feet to 9 feet tall, almost as broad. Does he control it though?
Is it going to turn around and eat him?
Well, it's possible. Could try and eat? Oh, that's the wrong artifact. Could try to eat everybody. Requires a test with disadvantage to try and control it.
Ooh.
That's not good. Disadvantage. Test. Submit. Target normal. He does not control it. He points and says, "Protect me from them." And it looks down and says, "No."
You're locked in here with me.
And it just juggernauts through the wall. Peace out, fools.
Alright, so do you wish to roll initiative for the Fire Fiend, please, Henry?
Oh, I can do that. Just standard.
Yep. So if you just click on him and select the initiative, there we go. 6. Let me just put him in the right place. It will act now. Immediately, the power of artifacts. Feel free to utilize his powers to their full extent, Henry. He's got a bunch of really cool things on him.
Yeah. I should read your sheet, shouldn't I?
You should.
What have you been doing?
Oh, I've been doing some pretty funny things.
No, him.
Oh,
Henry.
He's probably been listening to you guys roleplay and thinking, "Geez, I could have got in on this." The second action along on his macro sheet's really cool.
Oh, 2 actions.
He's got 2 actions, and
Yeah.
he doesn't need to move.
Yep, I think he's going to do that. I
Okay.
think he's going to target the person who summoned him, since, that's normally what creatures do.
The goal of trying to command me.
Pretty much.
Well, select the token and click the macro you wish to use.
I did. Oh, yes. That's a nice one. So 15 feet, was it?
Yep.
Oh, dang.
Hmm.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
perfect distance. Poor little girl.
Alright.
Everyone makes a save.
You got to make that aura visible.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, so auras aren't visible by default, so you click on the double click on the token, go to the advanced, go down to aura 1 and check the C tick box.
Or a 1 square? No.
Or no, click on the advanced tab,
Oh, sorry, advanced tab.
go down to the bottom, aura 1, you'll have a checkbox for C.
Yep.
Click on that and say save.
How's that?
That's good.
Yep. Ooh, I'm outside.
Yep, the thug outside doesn't need a test because of the wall that's in the way.
This guy does.
The guy lying on the ground.
Who will automatically fail his test.
Hey, we tried.
Did we?
So is that just a standard test?
Maybe not
Yes.
hard enough.
Yes, it's just a normal save test. So,
This is the guard next to him?
yep. So you just click on him, and you should have an option for standard. So he makes it. He doesn't take the damage.
Ah.
And this would be our fool who
His Geo has to as well.
Yep.
Geo's making it now.
Oh,
Geo
Not.
does not make it. He takes 3 damage as the place begins to catch a flame. Let me just, this is actually supposed
Much
to
for
be.
not destroying the inn.
This is supposed to be for the 1,000 stars bow, but it looks decent enough. So I'll just chuck a few of these around the place.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and that guy outside is dead.
I'll take the sleep action off him then, will I?
You will. He burns and sizzles. He doesn't feel anything though. Vor, you're up.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
I am. Lee and I swapped headphones. All right. Yeah, I've got 2 guys I can reach with my fuck off big hammer.
You do. Also, the thug that's inside next to this fiend seems like he's wearing brown trousers.
Oh,
I imagine he's a little preoccupied.
Yeah, let's attack this one
Alright.
first. Miss. Alright. Yeah, I think the other people can handle the other guy outside. Let's do that again. There we go.
Are you just beating the thug to death?
Yes.
That's what
Okay.
he's doing.
I can't see what's happening, so. But
Seems
Nice.
counterintuitive. I figure the thug would just want to get out there as
Yep,
quickly
no.
as possible.
Yeah.
sorry, he got in our way. So I
Yeah.
guess the punishment for
Putting
that
him
is
out of his
death.
misery from the fire
I
demon.
guess.
He is. Yep.
What do you
He might
expect
have
from a
chosen
bear?
to join us to fight the fire fiend, but I like this. This is fine.
Feel free to modify.
An important tactical speed bump.
Feel free to
This
modify
is
that.
fine.
Thug. Yep, he's gone.
This is fine is the most accurate statement that's been made all night.
Mm-hmm.
The
Oh,
bouncer is going to run for it. He saw an explosion of flame and fire, and then, screaming and the like. So feel free to
That's
move the thug.
Outside of his pay grade.
Yep,
Uh-huh.
I'll move him. He's gone.
Oh, I was going the other way.
No, the other way is actually he might go the other way. Yeah, it's probably,
And he's going to slam the door behind him as he goes
Yep,
past.
that is a good idea because that's running away from the thing. All right.
Yeah.
Hang
Leanne-
on, so he's
Lian-Sun.
leaving the little girl and the dude that's sitting there in the chair.
Yes.
He doesn't care about them.
Yes,
They've
he
got
is.
legs.
Yep. Lian-Sun, you can go.
So I'm gonna, I assume it's one action to pull out my bow,
It is.
right? Okay. I'm gonna try and shoot the scroll out of.
The scroll is gone.
Q's hand.
It's a
Oh, the
little
scroll's
way.
gone.
It
Yeah,
burnt up.
someone did the...
It's now a giant fiery monster.
Right. Sorry. I assume he.
If you had
Yeah.
initiative, it would have been a great idea.
Long story short, we had to swap things, and there were things missed in. I thought he just summoned it out of the scroll. Okay, no more scroll. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can shoot fire.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try and shoot an arrow at
It
the
is
fire thing
holy fire.
and
Mhm.
see what happens. Well, it's only if I do it with focus, though.
Yeah, this is just a regular.
This is just a
Okay.
regular.
Seems
Magical.
I can't remember if I do it. Is it
You
just a normal test?
Just with advantage.
Just with advantage.
Normal one with advantage. It hits. Roll your damage.
Oh.
1 damage. Feel free to modify its health, Henry, and then Varris will be up.
An arrow does damage to a fire thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's magical
Well,
arrow.
assume it's a thing that's on fire.
And your bow is magical. The girl's looking a little bit scared, but she's seeming unable to move.
Yeah, because I'm standing on her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out of the way, little girl. You shall be comforting for my
We
toes.
can't hear you if you're talking, Ben.
These guys Paladins.
Now I
Sorry, can I put her behind me?
Yes,
Like,
you can,
as I step into the place, just
you
move
can-
her behind.
You can, but that is an action to do so.
That's
It
all right.
is- so
I
you can
can't
move
reach
up.
anyone. Here.
That's right, you can move up and you can move her. I'll just shift you to the side so I can grab her because you were... There we go.
Yep.
Little do-si-do. Alright, you can do that. If you wish, you can make a standard check to see if you can throw her a bit further.
Sure.
Oh, I thought you
That
say throw it
sounds
at the
solid.
fire monster.
pass her this way.
Sorry,
Said rail gunning
what a
little
piff.
girl.
Yep.
Out the window she goes.
she's only light, and you can basically grab her and throw her, and she stumbles and she ends up there. For some reason, she's in between two squares on my screen, but she's in the middle of the other one. There we go. All right, done. Harris.
Gift from Matilda. Throw by the hair.
Well, dang. This is fine. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go here and hide. I'm assuming that thug is not particularly in the mood for fighting.
Not particularly, no. All right, if you wish to hide, make a stealth check.
I will. Can I make it an advantage?
Yes, you'd always make an advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. Unless something otherwise would affect it, but currently it's an advantage. Done. Claggy the demon laugh.
Claggy would like to know transformation the scroll. When it turns somebody into an animal, does it turn all their gear into like some ultra dimensional space, or does it fall off them? Damn it. Okay.
Well, I'll let you choose.
Ooh, I want it to fall off them. I'm going to pull out the scroll of transformation and step to here.
Okay. Cool. Holaad Ghur of Frescia.
Well, pull out my sword.
Mm-hmm.
And I take an evade.
Okay, cool. The daughter of Dræth.
I will draw my blade and I will take the evade action.
Cool. The thug. The thug will go join the bouncer.
Fair.
Wasn't the door shut and locked behind you?
Yeah, so he's going to go up there and open it.
I'm just wondering if anybody puts him down on his way past. Just, you son of a bitch, this is your
I'm going to ignore him.
Wouldn't the girl and that have already run through the room after the guard?
No, the guy up here, he seems to be a little bit out of it, and the girl is quaking with fear.
I'll have to get some of what he's smoking.
Yeah.
Yes, I do want to know what's in that pipe.
Yeah, the girl is quaking with fear. Also, she got thrown to the floor roughly by the centurion. But, you know, it might have saved her life. So, Lady Isabella.
I can run through people, can't I?
Allies, yes.
Yeah.
Peter Capaldi, Dr. Mame. What?
I was thinking more X-Men, actually.
Well, you don't.
I can hit it from there, can't I?
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna run through and yell, "Die, foul demon! Return to whence you came!" And I'm gonna hit it with the pointy end of my.
Can I comment as she runs past?
Sure. What are you going to comment?
Don't forget your amulet of illumination.
Haven't I used it? Or is it
Not today. That was a week ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, of course. We travelled to the city. Duh.
Your words, not mine.
Yeah, I know.
She doesn't have to use it. She can hit with a lance. That's what she's doing.
Yeah, okay.
Just saying affects demons.
All right, yeah. I'll go to there, and as an action, I'll activate the amulet so you guys can kill it.
Okay. Sure.
I imagine that like a large target appears on her chest.
Oh yeah.
We'll put this on you. What can we put on you? Illumination. Illumination. I think I put that on the I did.
On the Ring of Fire.
On the Ring of Fire.
I'm like, it's covered her face. That's weird.
It is. It doesn't normally do that.
Well, fire does illuminate, so...
It does. It does. Alright, you are now illuminated. Alright, Jiu the Old. So, I'll do Jiu the Old, I think. What is Jiu the Old going to do? He's going to try and run into there, but to do so he needs to make a test to bypass an enemy, which is at disadvantage.
Come on, Geo. You can do it.
He cannot.
You can't do it. You should have focused first.
So he is stuck in combat. So he will pull out a wand. Alright, Fire Fiend. What are you doing?
Did you get my message? But I'm assuming I can only do the fire vortex without moving, because moving would be an action, wouldn't it?
Yep, where'd you send the message to?
Oh, Facebook Messenger.
I don't have that open.
Don't you?
No.
Oh. The abilities of the monster aren't written in this character sheet.
They should be. Let me check. Shift, double click. Character sheet. They might. That's right. They're not. They were written on the handout. I archived the handout. Okay, so he's got his firebolt, and he's got spell touched, and he's got the fire vortex. That's basically it.
Right,
So
yeah.
all his attacks are with the firebolt, unless he wants to do the fire vortex.
Well, he might do the fire vortex again, because, hey, why not?
Okay.
Oh,
That's a lot of damage.
I'm glad I'm behind a wall.
Yeah.
Are you going to roll for
Uh,
Yeah,
Julie?
I'll roll for
Lady
Geo.
Isabella gets advantage.
Oh, is that what an amulet does?
Nope.
Yeah, why'd you roll with advantage, Craig? Hello? Hello?
We've lost Craig?
He's muted himself.
He probably just didn't uncheck. He just didn't uncheck
Advantage.
advantage from when he made his attack. Oh, wait, no, he didn't make an attack. Are you there, Craig?
It doesn't matter. He's
Yes, he would have made it. I was just like,
Yep. Alright, and Geo the old. Oh. Geo the old, make a save test.
is Gia the old and undead or demon?
Oh, he made it!
Lucky.
Oh, best roll of the game so far for him.
Alright, Vor, you're up.
Okay, let's. I guess I need to get closer. Let's
Actually, did
step
Lazy
there.
Isabella make it? Because the save. Oh yeah, the save test is ordinary.
Yep.
Sorry, Vor would have. No, Vor doesn't get any additional benefit from my shield. Ignore that.
Not from being strong. Alright, and then I will hit him with my hammer.
Go for it. You hit. Well, your damage.
Minimum.
Alright. Henry can modify its stats. The bouncer is quailing. Lian-Sun, you're up.
Yep.
Oh, that thug managed to get through there in his turn as well. Oh no, he moved that turn, didn't he? That's right.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Or am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay, sorry. I will focus and shoot at Fire Dude.
Go for it.
Nice.
You hit.
I'll do it.
And I was desperately trying to look at what the save needs to do. I can't find the weapon information to find out what save it needed to make to not be on.
It'll be at disadvantage.
It's just a
Yeah.
save. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Which, yes, thanks to Craig's amulet, is
Yep.
at disadvantage.
So the Fire Fiend takes damage. Roll the damage that you did with the bow. And the Fire Fiend also needs to make a disadvantage save. Henry.
Dang.
Working on it.
Disadvantage
So-
save. It saved. So it just takes the 1 damage from the bow then, and does not suffer the righteous wrath. Alright, Varris, Maha of the Sunken City, you are up.
Alright, let's come in. Let's go toe to toe with it.
Can't see you. Let's just shift that dude over there.
Sorry,
That's right. When you moved, you went underneath the other token.
underneath it. Yep. I wanted to try and stay there so I can try and tank if he doesn't do this thing again.
Yep.
Nice.
So I hit.
4 damage.
4 points of damage.
What's the special thing your axe does? Nothing. Right?
On a 6, on the test, it ignores 1 point of armor
Ah, okay.
for each 6.
For each 6, it ignores 1 point of armor from armor.
Nice.
Alright, so after Varus, it is Harris.
Okay, this could be fun. I'm gonna wander in and try not to get killed. It'll be fine.
You know you don't have to, man. But, do what you want.
Well, I could try and tickle its fire kidneys, I guess.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll make some sort of attack. I'll just make a regular attack, so that'll be an advantage. That's a hit. And that'll be that much damage.
Alright. Oh, by the way, actually, your blade is not magical and neither is Vor's club. It shouldn't have taken damage from Vor's club.
Oh, dang.
Okay, so it didn't take damage. Which one was...
It was 4 damage, I believe, was it?
Wait, Force Club.
No, Voice Club, that was min.
Two.
Yeah,
two.
It was 2. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Are Vor's claws magical?
No.
Only in the right situation.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yeah, no thanks.
So, did my daggers seem to do any damage?
No.
Shit.
Dun, 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 dun.
Claggy, the demon laugh.
Agni, the demon laugh, says, well, turning him into something at this point wouldn't do shit for me. So she is going to focus and then use blast
Go for
to try and take this guy to task.
Ooh.
Nope. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Holaad, Ghur of Frescia.
Okay. I'll move there. And my sword is magical, right?
It is.
Sure is. Daddy's sword.
Yep. Alright. Smack the foul demon.
I'm assuming you got reach.
It
He
automatically
does.
maximum damage.
Cool.
Before.
Yep.
Doesn't he get an auto hit in his first attack?
No, it's max damage on the hit.
Oh,
On
okay.
the first hit.
Which is...
Legit.
4.
Yep. And then it will be the daughter of Dræth.
The daughter of Dræth will come to here and will then strike at the fiend.
You step on the thug's corpse.
Yeah, he's on the thug's corpse.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hang on, is that with advantage? No.
Yeah,
Yes,
master with it.
because I am a master with it. That
Oh,
I believe
critical,
is a
nice.
critical. Sorry, I'm smiting. Ah! The whole point of me not fighting, not doing that, was to smite.
That's fine.
So that will be
Probably the end of my guy.
6 points of damage.
Bam.
And I do not deplete the smite.
Cool. with a scream, the fiend vanishes.
Nice.
Sweet. I thought he was going to explode when he died.
Can I speak again, just quickly?
Yep.
Now to you, no more.
Bad you. Bad.
All
He's
right.
got a wand. He's got a wand.
He'll raise it up. It's not my turn. The thug will go in there. Lady Isabella, Jew seems to be wavering. Are you going to hold, or are you going to...
Gonna do the flip thing again and
Can't hear you, sorry.
Like a mile away from the mic.
I gotta do the flip thing again and flip my spear.
Okay.
Alright,
He's going to paddle it.
Something wrong.
Paddling.
go for it.
Attempt to do paddling.
Alright, roll your damage.
No.
1 damage. Alright.
I think it's broken.
Are you okay, Lee?
Yeah, I'm like half hearing, half not. Sometimes it comes out of the computer screen. Other times I can't hear it all.
Just got the Geo.
I can't hear anybody at all.
Alright. Jew was wavering, now he isn't. Let's make a standard test. Let's
What
just see
about
what
if
he
I
does.
put it in?
That's not an attack, sorry. Let's just see what he does. Alright, yep, he's going to attack.
We would have done this peacefully.
Alright.
Yeah, you coulda, but you didn't.
I
Alright.
tried.
You did.
Well, old
Can you
Dot
hear me
jumped in
now?
there. Yeah,
I
so
can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
just because Dot's here, not here, Craig, doesn't mean you have to take his place.
Do it all.
Now, I just need to check. Did you put in select the target, or was it just assumed you were going to be firing at Craig? So that is the only one you wrote. It could be either way.
I will leave that to your imagination.
It was the latter. It was the latter.
He will then shoot again.
I'll take this next hit that's coming through.
Alright, so did you take the damage, Craig?
No.
So you did 1 damage, he did 3.
But this
My
time,
armor stopped one of that, or
It did.
Yeah.
But you have
So this-
disadvantage on all tests until the start of Jiu's next turn. And he's like, nah, just leave me alone.
and that like that trumps, doesn't it? It doesn't go down one step because I normally have advantage on all my saves. So it just goes straight to disadvantage, or does it just go
It
back?
goes straight to disadvantage.
dun, dun, dun.
That's what I thought. I was just double checking.
Fire Fiend is gone. Vor. These are fires are spreading.
Okay. There a way to subdue somebody?
Yep, you can. That's what Craig has been attempting to do. He whacked him with the butt of his staff for 1. You can choose to do that if you so choose.
You could hug him.
You could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I will give him a bear hug.
Alright. Because you are not trained in unarmed combat, make it with a disadvantage.
Don't claw him in the face.
Alright, the bouncer is hiding.
Yo.
Lian-Sun, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. What can I move? Too far away. I am going to Yeah. Is it like a defend type action or something?
You
Evade.
can evade.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that because.
Varris Ma then.
All right. So I'm going to move up, and even though I have my axe out, can I just punch him?
Yes, or you. Yep, that's fine. Go for it. It'll be.
Yep. I'm just going to.
disadvantage since you
Gonna
don't
nut.
have unarmed combat training. You don't have
Don't know. I'm
proficiency in it.
proficient in that.
Oh,
don't-
you
Oh,
can
no, that's
stand in
range,
the
no,
fire?
Yeah, you don't. It's just like
Yeah.
it's not like a roaring fire.
Oh, okay.
It's
That's
just
right. I'm going to try and nut punch him.
Yep, go for it. You miss.
No.
They are small
Sorry,
and
Bob.
hard. They are small and hard to hit. Harris.
I will basically do the same, so I'm going to wander into combat here and try attempt to subdue him.
Drop the wand, old man.
Go for it.
Pretty much.
Stop resisting. Stop
So I'm
resisting.
assuming I'm making a test of disadvantage as well. Yeah.
All right. Iklagi. The demon laugh.
After renaming Geo Rodney, I'm going to douse this fire and then douse this fire.
Okay.
I just suck them up.
Hopefully this is not Varris. It's about to get deleted.
No, that's the wrong thing.
Holaad, Ghur, you are up.
The flat of my blade will be considered non-lethal, right?
Yep,
Right. I move there and try to knock him out cold.
go for it.
At advantage, I guess.
Yeah, and you can knock him out. He's down. He's down. He's out. Let's just wrap that fight up. He was.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was.
Just reminiscent of the goblin attack, wasn't it?
No, because I was still hitting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. We'll disarm disarm him and start putting his fires out.
All right.
Yeah, that's fine. You can put the fires out. She will laugh maniacally as she does so. The burns!
Cool.
Excellent.
And remember, you can get advantage on knocking someone out by saying, I'd soon as destroy a stained glass window as an artist like yourself. But since I can't have you following me either.
Nice.
But you must do it justly.
What's that little girl doing?
She ran through a wall. She was running downstairs, but because I'm a DM, I can take tokens through walls. So I put one too far.
Could the summary for this on the wiki just be, what's that little girl doing? Running through a wall.
She was clearly someone's familiar.
Told you she was
Indeed,
a demon.
She sure was. A familiar. Dun, dun,
Alright, combat is now over. That could have gone a lot worse.
Does he have any more magic stuff
could've.
on him?
Could we just have what's this lady doing?
Is this guy sitting in the corner just like peeing himself, or what? Like,
No,
just
he's
like, please don't look in my direction?
no, he's
No, he's a
smoking.
stoner.
He's smoking
Yeah.
from his pipe and occasionally drinking from his mug.
He's watching the show.
Like, this is a great show.
Yeah.
He's like,
And there's some good stuff, dude.
Yeah,
No,
he's
no.
obviously smoking some kind of opioid.
do it again while they're playing Dark Side of the Moon.
Or at the height of White Rabbit.
Yep. Definitely. Alright. You have subdued you the old. Subdued you the old. Alright. Subdued the Jew the subdued. He's out. The fires are out. The bouncers and the thugs are hiding. The little girl has run off. The guy is still smoking. And like, well, cool. Who are you guys again?
Don't mind us. You know, we were. Let's just say that's some really good stuff in your pipe, and you saw nothing.
Alright, what are you guys doing? And yes, he had his wand of ice. So
Yes.
if I was to go back to here and go to Come on, stupid thing. Go to here.
So when you were asking what the guy was smoking, remember that guy next door had a wand of ice.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why the
It's-
disadvantage.
It should
Got
be
it.
called the pipe of ice.
Your joke cracked us up. We get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he had on him. Other than that, not much else. He had actually he has a purse that has about 50 drac on it,
Oh, nice.
which is a fair whack of dosh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's 2.5 bribery attempts from.
Is there
Varris.
anything else magical in this room?
There's a few little potions, etc., but they seem to only be partially magical. Maybe they are magical components that haven't yet been completed, or they might do stuff like, just help him with his arthritis.
Are there any mundane papers that didn't get burnt up that might be messages between him and whoever else?
There is in this room down here. Some bunch of stuff. There seems to be, some mundane equipment, etc. Some of it's not what you would expect an old man or a magician to have. There's a suit of medium armor in there. There's a long sword. They do seem a bit dusty though. There is a backpack that does have some, like a journal.
We should probably interrogate him.
Yep.
We
When he
obviously
comes to-
take his stuff, tie him up.
Yeah.
Sit him in a chair.
Mm-hmm.
Read his journal and his deepest dark
Might as well.
secrets.
Says reasonable.
On Tuesday, I
Wake
had
up.
12 yams.
Mhm.
I have named the little one Barry.
Bought a wonderful ice pipe. Keen to use.
Okay. Yeah, so you can start having a look through his stuff. It doesn't seem like there's too much. What he may have had though, actually there is something else that's magical. Underneath the pillow, you find wrapped in a stained. Where is it? That's not it. That's it. A stained canvas rag. The following.
I don't know if I like a stained canvas rag that's been on the bed.
Worst hanky ever.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Let's call it a hanky. Oh,
Aha. Loose
That
stony.
looks familiar.
yeah.
If I cast
Dick Stone.
if I cast time view on it, do I get anything interesting?
Like the necromancer.
Dun, 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 dun. Test.
My moving around was just seeing if there was a cupboard.
Oh, double one.
Dang.
Because if there was a cupboard, I'm pretty sure that's where Batboy was hiding.
Hmm.
All right.
Your eyes tend to
You-
impress.
You all suddenly hear the twang of a bowstring.
Oh, good.
Oh no.
And Joe's dead.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so now I have to ask: are they all just Lady Isabella?
They are not. They are not. It's just that as she's come around the corner, there's only one target. You can use you now have with advantage the frosters.
Oh, okay.
So just make it a standard test and we'll add them together.
Nice.
All right. Cool. Okay, so you can roll initiative at this point. Let me just before anyone does, let me remove all those.
Stat initiative.
Just yep.
Haha, 2. Nailing it.
That's better. Oh man.
Okay. So I will now sort those turns if everyone's rolled.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, and that's where we will leave it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Cliffhanger.
As this person is there. Where is she?
We don't have Holland again.
He didn't roll initiative, did he? Holaad. No, he just rolled a test. So for your initiative, Pastor,
Yep.
in your character sheet, there is actually an initiative button, and you need to select your token before you roll it.
And there's a little.
And you have, you can test it.
You shouldn't need to select your token. I just do it straight from the character sheet, and it works.
Okay, that's cool.
We have to select our tokens still.
If I put this in all players and save and show to players. A goblin.
Now, was this on the pervy goblin side of the equation, Grail?
Nope.
That's good.
This was one I almost used for a character.
Why
It's
wouldn't
a
you?
pretty dark
She's
character.
beautiful.
Because I thought the one I'm using for a Claggy suited the character that I wanted her to be. This one is less magic user and more sticky with poison. Alright,
Definitely that.
so that is where we can leave it.
Thank you for another great session.
Yeah.
Yes, thank
Yep.
you.
Thank you, Grail.
That's
Okay.
everybody.
Boys.
Thank you. I'll shift you guys back to there and we will finish it. Alright, thanks very much guys.
Alright,
Alright.
thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Catch up.
Night, everyone.
Not all.
Alright, later.